Last time on Dungeons & Dragons, Halith and Armidius were leading the refugees of Wachoco village south to the City of Looming Shadow as a means of escaping the reckoning that had fallen upon the Fang.
You ended up hearing Hera's voice.
Yes.
Before you got too far.
Without getting too far, Halith was contacted by Hera, another thrall stay, that had been rescued previously by Oogie and Jack from the Fang. Needing to leave the group of refugees behind, Armidius and Halith left the group in the hands of 3 members: a human, a Shatterkai, and a Deva. They were originally meant to operate as a congress, but seizing power for himself, the Deva slaughtered the Shatterkai, and he and the human, right, together? He didn't kill the human.
No, he didn't kill the human.
He and the human continued on, leading the group south. Heading back north, and following Hera's instructions, they met Oogie in a forest clearing that had been trampled by giants in a previous encounter. Oogie had wounded a baby giant who had run off to get his parents. After a long and not too difficult battle.
I think somebody was impaled on a tree.
Yeah, oh yeah. And Armidius died.
Oh yeah, he did die.
I did die.
After being captured and escaping with Halith's help, Armidius suffered mortal wounds by being impaled on a tree. Luckily, Hera, a cleric thrallstay, had reappeared and joined the group, with her initial actions being the revival of Armidius.
Yeah!
Having been rejoined with another thrallstay, Halith and Hera began to discuss their next course of action. Having failed to stop the rejoining of Laushian, the whole world is now at risk, and it is up to them and another thrallstay named Zahn to undo the great evil that has been unleashed upon Xandar. They now head south to the City of Looming Shadow, their original destination, hopefully to check on the villagers that they had to abandon, and then to continue south to meet Zahn and learn more about what can be done to put Laushian back in his seals.
And as you guys are heading down, the cart that had originally had Azrael and Jack.
So well.
That was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Azrael and Jack were being pulled in the cart earlier on. They're with your refugees. So you guys are actually trailing back, really because you had that whole fight while your people are still moving away. Which leaves, let's see, it leaves Stoney, Armidius, Hera, and Oogie. And all of you guys, it's just the 4 of you, heading towards the City of Looming Shadow, same direction that your refugees went. And you just had that whole fight, but we'll say that you guys had enough time to stop and take a nice little rest. You guys camped out for the night. So you all get extended, you get all your surges back, full health, marks against death erased, daily powers back, encounter powers back.
A lot of erasing here.
Just print it back out. It's not like ink is expensive.
Yeah.
Just print the whole sheet back out. It's fine.
Or print like 5 of them just to be safe.
Well, no, because you don't want your character dying after your second session. Be like, what am I going to do with all this paper? I'm making another character who's exactly the same as my first character.
His name is Armidius 2.
Armidius.
Actually, I don't need that yet. It's the middle of the night. You guys are all resting. Your adventurer's kit does come with a bedroll, so it's not like you start off with a tent. But you do have like a little sleeping bag, a little mat to lay on. Oh, I guess Stoney doesn't need it.
Neither does Hera. We're up all night talking.
Actually, that gives you plenty of time.
Yeah. Very efficient conversation.
They don't have genitals.
Talking.
They just make rock shapes.
Mind
Exactly.
with me.
Ugram, sleeping, out cold.
So useful.
Armidius, definitely out cold. He needs a lot of rest. And it's just before sunrise. You know, you can kind of see the glow on the horizon, but you still have that twilight overhead. Very cloudy night. You can hear the crickets chirping, owls hooting in the distance. Maybe not so far. One swoops down, grabs a mouse, goes about his night. And Halith and Hera can each make a perception check.
See the owl?
I botch.
28.
Okay. You actually see a shadow in the darkness, trying to stealthily approach, coming up behind Oogie.
Okay. So I'll say to Hera, since she's the only one up. Oogie's asleep, right?
Oogie's asleep.
It's like, oh, the life cycle of these organics is so strange. They have this complicated web called the food chain, as we have just observed with this one they call an owl. Wait, do you see what I see? And I'll point it out
Behind her a little bit.
behind her.
She turns to look, and as soon as the shadowy figure, which you can now make out as being a human in black robes, as soon as the shadowy figure sees Hera turn to look over, he charges at Oogie and slashes at his face.
Oh,
no, he's
shit.
got a hammer. It's a hammer to the face.
Nice. Good start.
And you guys could roll initiative.
I have an... no, I don't know if I want to use it now, because we might battle later. I'll just roll. 18.
26.
Oh, nice. Good job, Armidius.
Thank you.
Okay. The first one that had run in, you could see that it is a human. The only reason you can even tell is you can actually see the faint pale skin right below his hairline, but above the mask that he's wearing. And it is a black metal mask with just little slits for eyes. I'm actually going to show you a picture, because there are 3 of them that you can now make out. That is essentially what they look like. Ooh, humanoid little guys jumping
Tribesmen.
out. Yeah, they're very tribal. And you hear a lot of grunting now that they know you've seen them. They're carrying primitive weapons like a club and a spear. And the other 2 that jump out, one of them is behind you, Stoney. He was sneaking up behind you. And Armidius, this is as you're sitting up, you see one has been jumping out towards you. And the first one, the one that has clubbed Oogie in the face along the way, give us your gold and no one gets hurt.
They want gold?
What about an arrow to the face?
Yeah.
He's holding his
Is this
hammer.
you're saying this to me psychically?
Yes.
They want gold.
He's threatening Oogie's face again with the hammer.
They're
Give us the gold!
They're attacking our comrade. They could have asked
Let
us
us
if-
return the favor.
Let us.
don't know if-
And well, actually, 2 of them would get to take an action before you. So,
Maybe I
are
should
you
use
guys
that power
responding in any
anyway.
way? What's it going to be? Or do I have to remind you of what I could do to your friend? Essay.
I will tell him that my people have no need for gold, and we are traveling without it.
Bullshit.
I don't have to roll for bluff. He just
don't
doesn't
have to.
straight up doesn't believe me.
He wants gold.
I don't have any gold. I really don't.
Look at us. We're sleeping on the ground. Does it look like we have gold? I have a freaking
I
hole
look
through
at
my...
your gear. You have very good equipment.
I have a hole through my freaking side. Does it look like I have money? I can't even use
You
this.
don't want us to use that equipment.
Give me your bow.
This is a bow that's been passed on a generation through elves. You don't know how
You
to
should
use
give
this.
him. I'll telepathically say to you. You should give him your arrows.
Is there a telepathic wink?
Yes.
But what I can do for
I have
you...
4 yellow eyes, and one of them like blinks a brighter yellow, like
Okay,
a wink.
But here's what I can do for you. Arrows to the knee.
Okay.
I have no immediate interrupts that I can
We'll
use.
say you can make an attack roll. Go ahead.
Alright.
We'll let you get ahead of that guy.
Botched.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. You got a sneaky shot in, and it missed. Very well. We'll take it from your bodies, yeah? My accent changed a bit.
And maybe that was the other guy.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's alright.
Oh, no.
That was against Oogie's face. It's okay.
Oh no.
Let me roll for that first attack. Very good. Okay.
I'm gonna be zoning the shit out of this battle, so can we use the map?
I guess we should. Just gonna roll a whole bunch of dice for Oogie.
Great.
I don't know how many hit points he has, but he just took 57 damage, so I'm gonna assume he's bloody.
I think he's got over 100.
And he's definitely unconscious. Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Is this just because he can't be here? He's gonna... Yeah.
You can guarantee something's bound to happen. So I'm gonna draw this out a little bit. We'll say that you guys picked a nice little clearing. So you got a little bit of setup here. Oh, actually, we need a miniature for Hera and for Oogie. We're gonna say that this burly little man there, that's Oogie. And for Hera, well, nice,
Animated mud.
nice little lady.
Yogi.
So you three are standing. She had her back to him. So you were there. You were there. And although these miniatures do not resemble exactly the creatures I have said, actually we'll put Hera there. The other one jumped out right by Stoney. The other one jumped out right by you. Okay, so I got my first turn. Second one that goes. Okay, next one. This will be for Stoney. This is versus your armor class plus 17, 30.
That hits.
Oh, alright, alright. D12 plus 10. 19. Pretty much he ran in, cut you, and then he was able to shift back. So he actually gained some distance again. As part of his attack. Mm-hmm. And after him goes Armidius.
Alright. I'm gonna... This is... Hold on, which one are we fighting? This one, and this one, or...
This one, and this one are the bad guys.
Alright, I'm gonna turn
This
around.
one is Hera.
You can attack her. It's fine.
I'm gonna attack him.
Okay?
And I'm gonna set him as my hunter's quarry.
I also want to say the one that you're shooting at is a female. The other ones are men. I don't know if that makes a difference. Maybe you're partial to the ladies.
We'll see what happens, shall we? I'm gonna use thwarting shot. 8. 31 versus fortitude.
That'll hit.
Alright. No, that was it. 10. 19. 22, 27 plus 27 plus 9.
Give us your gold. You don't have to die for it.
Do I do any more damage? Nope, that's it. 36 damage she takes.
It's really nice. That's enough to bloody her. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you're going to pay for this.
No one that yelled about the gold, I'll say back to
And also, an ally within range that you can see or hear makes a skill check using a skill in which you are trained. So, that's helpful.
What was it? Read it again?
An ally within range that you can see or hear makes a skill check using a skill in which you're trained in.
Okay.
But that's helpful.
Yeah. Alright. After Armidius goes Stoney.
Okay.
Oh no, I read the wrong one actually. It takes a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the end of your next turn.
Let me write that on here.
Yep.
-2.
Yep, right here. Read the wrong one.
Okay. That's better than the skill check.
Yeah, because that was an immediate action I was reading off because I flipped on the sheets.
Okay.
Okay, for my... Yeah, for my standard, I'm going to use Winds of Celestia against the guy who's standing above Ogi.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah. Where's my dice?
They're in a pouch, in a bag. In a bag. Next to a bag.
That was a good roll.
That was weird. That was almost a 2. 17 plus 18 against Fortitude.
That'll hit.
It is burst 1 within 10 squares, each enemy in burst, so he's the only one that I can hit with that.
Okay.
It's 3d6 plus wisdom modifier. 1, 6, 7, 8.
I know I said he had a hammer.
10,
He
11,
actually has a
12,
club.
13, 14.
Makes more sense.
14 plus 9, so 23. Plus 6, so 29. And 29, and he is slid 1 square and then knocked prone.
Damn, that's not very nice. Okay.
And I'll tell him that my people have no, or telepathically, like, my people have no need for gold, but your presence dishonors us, and for that you will pay.
Oh, you think you'll be talking all tough, you little shiny rock? I don't give a shit.
I guarantee you have never seen people of my race before. You have no idea what we're capable of.
Why are they Spanish?
I can't decide what they are, but switching between Russian
Russian
and Spanish. Next up is the lady, who's now bloodied and
that
gets
was
some
only my
extra
standard.
bonuses.
That was my standard.
You have more?
Yeah.
No. Oh snap.
So I'm also going to use let's see. I'm gonna get an ally. Yeah, okay. This is Symbol of Hope. So I'll cross this one off. And I need a marker.
Ooh, it's a zone?
Yeah.
Blue could be your zone.
So it's range 10. Under a Symbol of Hope in an unoccupied square within range, symbol lasts until the end of my next turn. Any ally within 5 squares of the symbol. So if I put it...
Wait, this is only till your next turn?
Minor persists.
Okay.
So it's zone of 5. Anyone who starts their turn in it gains +2. Oh no. Any ally within 5 squares gains +2 power bonus to saving throws, and any ally who starts his or her turn within 5 squares gains 5 temporary hit points. Minor persists.
Huh. That's pretty nice. Look at you, little party helper.
So
Yeah,
like,
you.
some kind of like holy Ankh appears floating there.
What does it look like?
An Ankh.
What's an Ankh? Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. And you still have a move action. Would you like to use that? Or can I take my turn?
Can I move? Do I want to move?
All of my people want to move.
I won't get it.
Let my people go.
How many versions of Moses are you guys going to meet in this campaign?
Way too many.
Yeah, one more at least today.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move over here. Now I'm done.
Yay, my rock buddy.
The bloodied woman that you have shot with an arrow, and it definitely hurt her. She is bloody.
Good.
She runs up to you. She has a spear that has a head on each end. She jabs part of the spear into the ground, lifting herself up, and does a double drop kick to your chest. Against your fortitude, that's not very high. 26.
Just hits.
Really? Oh. Let's go. Alright. Takes 6 damage. It knocks you prone. And then she gets to make an attack against your reflex. With combat advantage, 17, 19, 32 to armor class.
Hit. Armor yep, hits.
And that's going to be 24. So effectively, she jumps up, kicks you down, follows up, weaving the other head of the spear down, and cuts you.
Damn.
She does not have an action point, so she will not use it. Because she doesn't have one. Next up goes the man in yellow, who is prone, and will stand up.
Good for him.
Yeah. Let me see if he has any moves that let him move and attack. He has charged Stoney.
Oh no!
This will be against your armor class. Plus 19. 33.
That hits.
Okay. 17 damage. And effectively you're pushed 1 square, which will push you into Armidius, who is prone. So I need you to make an acrobatics to see if you trip and fall on top of him.
Now, I get a +2 to saving throws, but that wouldn't be a saving throw, right?
We'll count it as a saving throw.
30.
Very nice. You take that momentum, narrowly jumping over Armidius before you trip and land on the opposite side. Nicely done.
Cool.
And after him goes my lizardy friend.
Have you gotten hit yet?
Yeah, I'm knocked prone.
But did you took your turn? Oh no, I took my turn after you. I remember.
Because I won't hit Hera this whole fight. Oh, you know who didn't get a turn? Hera. Are you bloodied at all?
No, not yet.
Okay. Then she will. Okay. You see her sleep behind a tree and try to like blend into a shadow.
She sees me as I'm prone.
She also gets 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
Very nice.
For my symbol.
Hera. Plus 5. Cool.
And then another 3 jump out.
Oh my god.
And next up is Armidius.
Alright, so I am going to stand back up from being prone. And that counts as an action?
That's a
Move
move.
action.
Move action? Alright.
Just gonna close this. Can I get anybody anything? I have fancy
Well,
iced tea as well as other things.
I was thinking maybe I'll have a few drinks.
What would you like?
Like 6
Am
or
I
6 or
okay?
8 shots. Well, if you want to grab me a beer, maybe. I'm not partial.
Armidius, you want something?
I'm good for now. No, thank you.
Okay.
No, I have no minor actions I could use.
Still, well. If you shoot him from being directly in front of him, he gets an attack of opportunity against you.
What if I kill him?
I mean, if you kill him, then we'll say that he doesn't get that attack.
So I'm gonna kill him.
Normally, the opportunity attack happens first, but in this case, if you kill him, he won't get to attack you.
Alright.
Or her, rather. You should just stay down. You don't know when to quit.
I'm gonna use pinning shot on him.
On her, you mean?
On her, sorry. The beard kind of makes it hard to tell.
Stay down or I'll be forced to kill you. You son of a bitch.
37 versus armor class.
That'll hit.
Alright.
Oh.
11. 20. 29 plus 9.
That'll kill her.
Alright.
Yeah, you don't
And if it didn't kill her, she would have been immobilized. I had to move. I could have moved 2 squares. And I can move 2 squares.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move right here. With immobilizing strike.
And
I
the
gain
5 hit points you get at the beginning of your turn, so you would have already gotten them.
Alright.
Maria, no! She's dead. That was Armidius.
And you said you wanted my bow? Come a little closer.
I will pry it from your cold, dead fingers. Stoney, you're next.
Is it my turn now or is it one more?
It is right now.
It is right now.
It's happening as we speak.
Okay.
That was your minor action.
Here. What was my minor action?
Yeah.
What?
Your move.
What did I do? I didn't do anything. I'll minor to persist, and I get 5 hit points.
Okay.
That's my minor.
Yay!
So these 2 guys are the only ones left?
That's right.
It's 1, 2, and 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to... Oh, that was a move.
Retreat!
What am I doing? That was a move.
Forfeit!
Whatever. What's up with the
And-
accents changing, huh?
Oh. No, that wasn't in game.
Okay.
That was Stoney's conscience. Perhaps we should retreat. Yeah.
I'm not listening to you.
Stoney. This is Armidius. Fuck them up.
How?
Whatever means necessary.
Yes. I don't even know what to do. Okay. I think... Shit, everything is each creature in the burst instead of each enemy.
So, just hit everybody. Loki's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Once he puts his face back on.
Has he gotten points for those 5s turns? Has Harry healed him at all?
Hera has not healed him.
Is one of his eyeballs like hanging out somewhere?
No,
Okay,
that's
it's
not like
that bad.
permanently disfiguring.
Okay.
But he is unconscious in a way that he might be unconscious for the rest of the session.
Cute.
Cute.
I gotta do stuff to people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my other anything, whatever, for a minor. I create a zone in Close Burst 2 that remains centered on me until the end of the encounter. And as a move action, I can slide each creature within... No, that would use my turn. Fucking... Okay. I'm gonna use Hall of Thunder as something, which doesn't tell me what the full name is. And this is versus their Fortitude. 31.
That'll
Versus-
hit the first. You make an attack roll for each target,
Oh.
and the damage roll was.
So, what did I say? 31 and 30.
That'll hit both of them.
Okay. And then the damage is the same for both?
Yeah.
Okay. 3. 8. Plus 9, 17. 17 plus 6. 18, 19, 20. This is 23. 23 to each of them. And the burst creates a thundering zone. Oh, I push the target a number of squares equal to my int modifier, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I move, the zone moves with me, remaining centered on me. Within the zone, any ally gains +2 power bonus to AC and Fortitude.
So what exactly did you just do? You psionically pushed them?
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know what the move is called.
Adjacent to me?
No, well, you're like
Oh,
there.
oh yeah. Okay, so that's a little
Okay.
better. But still.
I wanted to get them away from Oogie and Hera.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Bring him closer to the guy's bow they're trying to steal. Why not, Stoney?
Pick up
huh?
Maria, we have to get out of here. They're too much with that bow.
Hey, you wanted my bow, huh? Now you're running.
You ignored our warnings, and now you will pay the ultimate
You
price.
fucking
He
pussies.
picks her up. Just try to...
You're not gonna do much with a dead body.
And starts to run away with her.
Here's a little beauty advice.
What a
Shave off the
bitch.
beard.
You son of a bitch, we'll be back for you.
Bullshit. Come back.
Get at them. You're ranged. This is where you are, like...
Oh, can I take an attack of opportunity? They're running.
Not an attack of opportunity, but they're going to be running, so on your turn, you'll be able to take a shot. Are you chasing after them, or you're just shooting from where you are?
I'm gonna shoot from where I am. They are in range.
Okay, then go ahead, you can make an attack roll. Well, they would have gotten farther than this, but I'm at a grid, so...
Alright, I think I have a feat that can help me here. Oh, and I also get a +1 to my ranged attack, because there's no allies close to them.
Damn.
And
Oh,
what else? I think I have one more.
I forgot to persist. So after that, it's gone.
Nope, that's it. Alright, I'm gonna take a shot to this one right here.
He is bloodied, by the way.
Oh, nice.
The one carrying?
Yeah.
Good. Because if you weren't, I was gonna, like, move, then teleport to get to him.
Marcus, let's go.
And I'm
We
gonna
have to
use...
leave.
I'm going to use Sporting Shot on them.
We have to learn how to sneak better in the woods. They saw us coming.
33 versus Fortitude.
That'll hit.
Alright.
Nice.
Oh man, I'm gonna F him
We'll
up
have
right
to do
now.
better. We'll get them next time.
Is that 9?
I like the way that roll landed.
told you not to go after them.
You
It's
want
like
my
Harry's
bow?
new voice.
That's the other guy.
You want my bow, huh? I'll give you my
know
arrows
I'm
instead. You can
clever
keep those as a
fucking-
souvenir.
Keep the arrows, we don't want them.
Oh, too late. 19 plus 12 plus 9. So 19 and 12. Why can't I do math today? 12 plus 1, 32. 41 damage.
Damn.
Was it against one of them or both of them?
Just this one. And he's immobilized.
What?
Was
That makes
probably
it worse.
dead.
'cause He's still alive.
Oh,
He
good.
can't move.
Pretty much you shot his leg.
And I can move closer by 2.
Marcus, take Maria. Go.
This is the first opportunity that I've had to fight humanoids, and Shard Mind don't feel emotions unless they're very strong emotions.
So do you feel a little mercy?
I'm feeling a little miffed.
It's your turn.
I'm pretty angry actually. So he's immobilized now?
Yep, he can't move.
Okay, 5 is my move. Let's see here. And this is Chains of Carceri. This is versus their reflexes. 20. It probably misses.
It does miss.
That was my...
Well, you get to make an attack roll against each one.
Wait, why? Oh yeah, I do.
That'll also miss.
Okay. That was a standard.
His buddy's conflicted too. It's like his buddy's immobilized. She's staying like help him out.
I am going to... action points aren't dailies, they're... it is their dailies. It's extended rest. Do I have a minor? A nice little minor I can use?
Marcus, take Maria. Get back to the camp.
Standard.
I don't want to
Medium
leave you, Antonio.
Take her.
We're friends.
I'm going to assume that's the end of your turn.
Yeah. I got nothing. That sucks.
He
So
runs
some
over?
like big metal chains come out of the ground, like ethereal chains, and they all miss.
But Maria's dead though. What are they gonna do with Maria?
No, she's dying.
Oh, okay.
Not dead yet.
They could
I'll change
stabilize
that.
her.
And then
You son of a bitch. You want me?
he only has a club, so...
What do you know?
Know about what?
The City of Looming shadows
I know much of it.
Start talking.
Will you let me live?
We will see.
You could roll bluff or diplomacy. If
Diplomacy.
you're lying or telling the truth.
I said we will see, so that's
yeah.
not really. I don't have to roll
Since
anything.
you attacked our friend while we're sleeping and wanted our gold. We'll see what happens. First, we want answers.
If you did not see me, I would have just taken your gold and been done with it.
As I told you, we have no gold.
Work on yourself next time. Start talking.
Okay. The City of Looming shadow is no more. It is known as the Nest of the Freehawks. You see, the Unity Alliance...
Rebel gangs?
Worse.
He coughs up some blood.
Excuse me.
You can't die just yet. Keep talking.
Oh, I won't die.
And he's still holding his club.
The Unity Alliance has begun a cause against Xandar Capital. They have changed their name to the Black Hawks and have conquered or killed any gang that would not join them. And with the help of the Sad Flutes, they are unstoppable in the city. If I were you, I would not refer to it as the City of Looming Shadow. They would kill you for it. It is the Nest of the Freehawks.
Do you know what's the intention of the Nest of the Freehawks?
Of course I do. I'm not stupid.
Start talking, genius.
I beg to differ.
Very well.
You attacked a campsite with two waking members, and
You
had
did not
clearly
appear very
done
bright.
no reconnaissance. I don't know how bright you could possibly be.
I'm from the elves. Intelligence kind of runs in my genes, if you haven't noticed.
You were sleeping. I took nothing of that. He is a man of rock. Very little threat.
I'm going to make an attack against him while he's talking.
No, not yet. Well, I still need more information.
No,
Who's leading the
I'm
Sad
mad.
Flutes?
The Sad Flutes are led by the Kayotose. That is...
Well, you would have known that.
Yeah. And who's the leading of... And who's governing
The
the
Blackhawks.
Oh, yeah.
Franklin, give me a name for a Shatterkai.
I don't really know Shatterkai names. Except for Stretch Nuts.
Actually, you know what? Not a Shatterkai. Let's make him human.
Okay. Atreyu Lombardi.
Ooh, I like it.
Atreyu... It's led by Atreyu Lombardi, the old leader of the Unity Alliance. He took over. He's taken over the whole city. Although it's kind of better, really.
Did you and your gang... Not gang. Did you and your two friends...
Compadres,
Yeah, compadres, your banditos.
your homies, your essays,
This is incredibly racist.
your ride or dies.
This is return for calling me and my companion a pile of rocks.
You are a pile of rocks.
You are a
I just bitch slapped
bandito.
him from a distance.
Ow, from a distance.
Are you out here fleeing the city formerly known as the City of Looming Shadow?
It is impossible to get away with crime. We were a member of Blue Tides at one point. Blue Tides are no more. This is what I know. I know this and crystal meth. That is all I know.
Anything else?
No, that's all I know.
Are
That's my skills.
Are you sure?
I'll,
Minus the crystal. Actually, I'm telepathically talking to Stoney. Well, crystal mouth. This is a real up and coming phenomenon here. We can make some money if we let this guy live, but I don't think he'll listen.
I was going to say to you that we should tell him, for returning the favor, or not for returning the
I'm gonna
favor,
knock
but
him out cold.
for letting us, for helping us like with this information, for giving us this information, we'll return the favor and let him live.
But can I punch
and
him
run
out
away.
Cold? I'm punching him out cold though.
Well, I was going to say that he has to drop all of his money, but if you just punch him out cold, then we can just take it
Yeah.
and his clothes.
No, we're just gonna punch him out cold.
I'll take his clothes.
So we come to the decision we're gonna let you live, but you're not gonna be awake to see it. And I'm gonna punch him out cold.
He probably wouldn't let you get close, and it is his turn, so I would get to roll to see if he'd save from immobilize. So you're gonna try to move in on him?
I will not let you knock me out cold, as you say.
Wouldn't the immobilization save come at the end of his turn?
I'll have like a
It would
green.
be at the end of his
I'll
turn.
have like that green arrow where
And
it's
he didn't do anything yet.
where it's a boxing glove at the end of it.
He has turned to face you, and he has taken total defense.
I have bought enough time for my comrades to escape. You can leave, or you could kill me.
We were gonna let you live.
And that's the end of his turn, where he stands, and you can see that he's now moving his legs again.
Alright, so...
You could let me live. I don't mind. My name is Antonio.
Antonio?
And at this point, I will tell him that we may let him live as long as he returns the favor that he offered to us at the beginning. Leave us your gold, and we will let you go.
You son of a... You son of a bitch.
He
Oh,
throws his
this-
coin purse towards you.
This feels so good. Oh, this ironics. Oh, do you still want my bow, huh?
I don't want your bow.
Are you sure it's pretty? Look at
I
this.
don't want your
Come
arrows
on.
either.
Oh, what about my fingers?
You are son of bitch. Very well.
How much gold does he have in here?
Wow.
That was a... Ooh.
He has 400 gold pieces. in there.
Stoney, here's 200, sir. And let's move on to the City of Looming Shadows. And I tap Antonio on the shoulder as we're walking. Good day, chap. And we go.
Son of bitch.
And he walks off into the shadow, and you can see that his friend
I
was
was
over
gonna
there
attack
tending to
him.
Maria.
That was the end of his turn, and then it was my turn.
Tell Maria I said hello.
Son of bitch.
Are you actually going to continue to attack him?
Don't attack him. He's pathetic enough. I killed his bearded woman almost. We took his gold.
These mortals aren't worth my time. I'm out of here.
Okay.
We elves take thievery very seriously.
I don't understand. What was all that about? For gold? Is that not a resource that accumulates in mines?
Hera, you may have been preoccupied during that battle, but I believe our traveling companion requires assistance, and I will hand gesture to Oogie.
Who is still bleeding from the face? Oh my god.
And he's having a daydream. As you see, he's pretending to hold two axes, ripping off testicles. Yeah, just like, I'm killing him! Oh, yeah!
Oh, it's more of a memory. She goes up and she heals on his face. He has suffered from
But heal up on your face.
blunt force trauma. He may be unconscious for a time. I shall carry him.
No need to carry him. He's resilient. He's practically a bugbear.
So you want to leave him there?
Should we carry him?
Yes.
Would he be a burden
we
to
should
Hera?
definitely, absolutely not leave him here in the woods.
Yeah, we don't want any more trolls or Antonio to get any bright ideas.
And what's your athletics?
My athletics is 18.
You should probably carry him, because mine's 9, and Hera's can't be very good either as a cleric. So,
God damn that heavy fat
You can
ass.
roll athletics.
Gonna have to carry Oogie.
Why do you have to be a 6'8" bugbear? Damn.
oh no, you know what? I have a better idea. Never mind.
18 plus 9. How is that? 27.
That's fine. You're picking him up, you're carrying him.
Good, I didn't have to use a daily.
Or you're going to turn him into a rock.
No, I was gonna summon the angel to carry him.
And then actually look like he's dying. I can see him like levitating.
Oh, and then we would have to tell Rich his character died when he wasn't even here. Sad days.
And I'll just be standing there. That's kind of ironic.
But yes, it would appear that the town that we sent the villagers of Wachoco to isn't quite what I thought it was. Not only is it populated by thieves and bandits, which would explain why the Deva was so enthusiastic for leading that group, but it has recently come under new rule, and my information about it may be even more
From the intelligence
incorrect.
I know of it now, from before, this city can take down other cities instantly, then we're to raise an army.
Is that not our plan? Although we must wait until we reconvene with Zahn Albaton.
And after we reconvene with Zahn, we must go down to the Elven capital and meet with my elder.
Very well. It doesn't take much longer. You guys weren't that far away from the city. So by the time the sun is actually coming up, you guys...
Oh, can Hera also heal me?
Yeah, I could be healed too if she doesn't mind.
Clerics!
Yeah.
Like a little heal loving would be nice.
16 you get back.
Woohoo!
18 you get back.
And temporary hit points go away.
Yes. Alright, so it is just about sunrise. Actually, the sun did rise. It's like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And you guys coming down this little break in the woods, you can see the old City of Looming Shadow, now known as the Nest of the Freehawks. And you can see it down below this ridge. You can see the hustle and bustle of people walking around, and a lot of banners, white banners with this black outline that look just like this. The wings with the little design in the middle. But it's hanging everywhere, all over shops, buildings, stalls. There's one building that you see that looks to be like burnt down. There's another one that's collapsed, and you can see the outline of old symbols. One of them being, like a blue wavy line, a series of wavy lines. Another one being a purple sun shape. Catch my drift.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Okay.
Moneth isn't because he's dead.
Yeah.
He's very, very dead.
But you see that as you're coming up on the town. Just let me know when you're ready to go in. There's it's walled. The whole city is walled all the way around, but there is an opening on each side. There's a gate, north, south, east, west walls, and at the wall you're approaching, which we'll say is the north wall, because you can move from up top, there are 4 guards, 2 on each side, and it looks like as carts and caravans are coming through, they stop to talk to the people. Sometimes they check a cart. They're paid when they go in.
They're all wearing the same uniform, though?
All wearing the same uniform that has that big symbol on some of their shields, on axes, on the chest of their armor.
Now, I can polymorph. Does that change my clothing?
It does not change the clothing. Unless it specifically says it does.
Proceed with extreme caution as we enter.
Are they turning anyone away?
You see them withhold some people, like hold them back, talk to them. There's like an exchange of coin.
We must move forward.
If they are monitoring the traffic through this place, I doubt they would let an ancient race like mine, the likes of which they have never seen before, pass through unquestioned.
Allow me to go first, and I'll communicate back to you.
Oh yeah, telepathic. That's a good idea.
Allow me to go first.
As you wish.
Okay.
So I'll be the first to enter.
There's a little bit of a line ahead of you, so you're coming up behind a cart, and you hear them. Just your passive perception's enough. That as this cart is going up, what's the purpose of your visit? Here to barter goods. What are you trading? Black tar heroin. Sample? He gives them some. Alright. Standard rate. And you see him drop a little coin pouch. You may enter. And then you're up next. Halt, elf. 2 of them cross their spears. The other 2 step up. What is the purpose of your visit?
I want to go back home.
Are you from the City of Looming? Oh, no, he didn't say City of Looming. Are you from the Nest of the Freehawks?
I've spent a lot of time here in my past.
Of what residence are you? Your
For,
face is not familiar to me.
It's been 2 years since I've been away from here.
Much has changed in 2 years. You weren't actually from this place, right?
No, I spent some time here just studying, like, living in Moving Shadows just to learn about it.
Okay. You can roll for diplomacy.
No. So,
Now that I think about it, we were only going to the City of Looming Shadow to drop those people off.
16.
Much has changed in 2 years.
Noticed.
Yes, I would have to ask you the standard questions to allow you entry. And then, should you pass our test, for 5 gold pieces you may enter. Do you accept?
I accept.
The first question I must ask you. What do you think of Emperor Valens?
What do I think? Not a big fan of the guy.
Very well. What do you think of the current state of Xandar?
That it can be better. It can be changed. That power belongs to one group and one group only.
You see all of them look at each other and nod. Very good. And finally, is change good or bad?
Depends who's on top.
5 gold. You may enter. And he lets you enter.
And if I see him enter from where I was in the back,
You see him enter.
and then I will ask you. He seems to have many questions.
It's because I used to spend a lot of time here. Say, if you say that you're just looking to travel through and nothing more, and just spending a night, they may charge you a heavy fee, but it'll at least gain you entry. But it may be hard for you to communicate to them.
I see.
If you want, I can try and talk to the guards again for you. Can I do that? Like roll diplomacy?
To do what?
To try and talk to him to allow...
If you want to wait there. Like, because he's still a distance away.
Yeah. Since I'm in, I'll wait by the gate till you get closer.
Oh
to
wait,
get in.
you were carrying Oogie, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I forgot Oogie was on your back. Does this one share your ideals?
Absolutely.
He doesn't look so good.
I will
He
telepath.
had a rough night.
There'll be an extra 5 gold for him. Do you have gold, right?
We just got 200.
No, that's right.
No, honestly, if we didn't have taken that gold from them, I would have been broke completely.
Another 5 gold, please.
I mean, are you sure he's completely... Look at this one. He's completely out cold. What the hell is he gonna
Is
be
he
doing?
alive?
Barely. He's gonna die any
Then
day.
5 gold, please.
Listen. Do you like this axe?
Are you showing him one of Oogie's axes? That is a very...
Don't sell them.
May I see it?
25 gold.
Done.
Kidding. Here's 5 gold.
That was not funny. That was a nice axe.
I just felt like doing
We'll keep an eye on you.
that. Well, welcome to the city, right?
And I will ask you, what were their requirements to enter the city?
Since I just had to pass test.
I was
About
hoping to
what-
get Oogie's axe.
How do you feel about the current state of Xandar, and how do you feel about Lord Valens?
And how did you answer?
Well, I wasn't a big fan of Lord Valens, and I felt that this world should be ran by one ultimate power, of course.
Did Hera also hear that?
Hera did hear that.
I
If you're
will-
welcoming her into your chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look at her and...
So I guess feel nationalistic.
I'm not sure if we would even need to have a conversation, like, would she just understand, like...
But most important, in all honesty, bribe them. Just walk in with 10 gold and be like, I'm just passing through. Or I'll throw Oogie's axe to you. They really like that axe.
Are there Deva around?
There's a couple of David.
Okay, so it's not an unfamiliar race.
No. There's honestly like a huge melting pot. I mean, obviously you and Hera will be the only shard mined here. But
Just try and get through. Fascinate them with your shard mininess. It's not that hard to get in. As long as you have gold, they'll let you in.
Alright.
Trust me, these people like money. I know that.
I will
And Axis.
tell Hera that I have no need for this gold, and if it should come to it, then I'll just bribe our way through,
Very well.
and we'll
It
get
will
in
give
line.
us. Well, I guess you don't need to eat, sleep, or breathe. Very well.
And we'll get in line.
Okay. The line moves pretty quick. Most people know the general gist of things. You get up to the front. Same thing. They cross spears. Stop! What are you? And all four of them start to circle around you guys.
The Thrallstay, they're rock creatures.
Oh, are you talking to them?
They are Thrallstay.
And telepathically, I will say to the four of them, yes. We are from a civilization unlike anything on this continent currently, but we do have need to visit this city.
One of you is poking you with his spear a bit. Are you rock?
He doesn't really like that. It makes him. He has self-conscious issues.
We are living crystalline beings. If you wish to call us rock, you may.
Atreyu will surely want to speak with you.
Just for the record, they're with me too.
He told us who Atreyu is, right?
Yeah.
The
Leader.
guy in the woods told you.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't roll insight, so I just believed him. But now that I'm hearing the name again, I'll go. My comrade and I, referring to Hera, not this guy. Actually, my fellow Shardmind, and I, do. Actually, no. Instead, I'll ask what interest Atreyu, their leader, would have in us.
There have been reports coming from the north. Some sort of Thrallstay magic has unleashed great power. And if there's one thing that will truly interest Atreyu, it is great power. He will have questions, no doubt, for your wisdom and your strength.
I will ask. Does Atreyu wish to see reform come to this continent?
Atreyu seeks to end the chaos that has swept over Xandar from Sir Valence's rule. Corruption, greed, crime, murder. It should be run as a business, not as a chaotic mess of a country. And that is what Atreyu seeks to do. Control. And
Now,
create...
Can they piece together that we belonged to the ancient civilization? Because I don't think I said that we're Thrallstay. I said that we're Shardmind.
He said that you were Thrallstay.
Oh. Okay.
And being as they've never seen a Shardmind before, that's
Then
very different to them.
I'll say, my people highly value efficiency and a tight grip of control on a ruler's subjects.
Then you will greatly appreciate the aspects Atreyu has to offer. Control from order, efficiency through obedience.
Would you say that Atreyu has qualms in using power to control? Does he use fear or respect?
I know he has a big struggle with Lord Valens, doesn't he?
As any great leader, he uses what aspects he can attain, whether it be power, fear, or respect.
In order to take down the head guy at top.
In order to keep things as they should be,
I'd like to roll insight
or make things as they should be.
to see if they are enthusiastic about our ability to cooperate, or if they really just want to offer us to Atreyu as, like, you can use these guys.
Okay.
And my insight is 26.
Okay. I'm going to say what you can actually perceive of them. Partially, they have a lot of respect for you. Like, if you ask them to let you in for free or give you a place to stay, you can gather that they have a lot of envy and wonder towards you as a Thrallstay and as a Shardmind. You could also gather that they look at you as a source of power. So, if you did you could gather if you said no, like forget it, you're not going in, they might force you, but that they don't want to. They just want you to come on in.
I will ask the
But at this
four of
point,
them.
you could gather that they don't want to let you go.
I will ask the four of them which of the four of them is the highest rank.
'Tis I, sir.
If you wish
Lieutenant.
for... Okay.
Corporal,
Lieutenant.
Sergeant,
Say to him,
Private,
Lieutenant,
Sergeant.
Private Ryan,
if you wish to arrange a meeting for us with Lombardi,
Private Pile.
if you wish to arrange a meeting for us with Lombardi, I can guarantee you that he will not be disappointed. And this is just to him, not the group. Communicate to him that my people are reawakening.
Close enough.
And if he wishes to form an alliance with us...
Plus the elf.
Oh yes, and the elf. And the bugbear. If he wishes to form an alliance with my people, he would be the first. And it would be a great opportunity for him.
You heard him. Make it happen at once.
They didn't hear me.
I know. Well, we didn't hear anything, sir. What he just said to order
That
a...
information was for your ears.
Very well. I shall set it up at once. My guards will escort you through the town. There will no doubt be a lot of attention towards you.
Furthermore,
Good job, kid. This axe should
did
be
that,
yours one of these
did that
days.
Deva that we let lead the group, did he give us his name?
I don't know if he did, but I wrote a name down, so...
He was very mysterious. He didn't give us a name.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
We'll say somewhere you knew his name.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because
one
he
of the
was a
villagers
resident
said
of
it.
Wachoco.
Yeah.
His name was Edge.
Before you continue,
Nice.
kind God said, before you make these arrangements, can you answer me one question? Was there a group that came from Wachoco that entered at all?
Group from Wachoco. Yes, the first devastated city from the base of the Fang.
Yes.
They were led by Colonel Edge.
Colonel. This is to you.
Colonel Edge?
This was Lieutenant Surge, because I like that name.
Why was he given the name Colonel, may I ask?
Colonel is one of the ranks within the Blackhawks.
Then I am glad to see that he has integrated well into your society. You could also...
He
let
has
him-
been among our ranks since we started. Colonel is a cousin of Atreyu.
Even better.
Yes.
If you could also let him know that we have arrived.
I shall let him know. He will meet you with Atreyu at once. Or, say in a couple hours.
We probably have some business to attend to in town, but...
My guards will escort you through town, and I will find you when we are ready.
I'm going to go to an elven safe point, because I know there's one on the edge of the city.
In fact, I'm also...
That
going
there's
to
what?
say-
An elven what?
There's a little elven, kind of like a bar area.
Okay.
Actually, the Blackhawks are, they're a dry ruling class. They don't drink at all.
Well, once you guys walk in, I would like for you both to roll history.
$19. But my
24.
passive insight is 29.
24.
No, 19.
Okay. Well, I guess it would make sense that you don't really know much about this
Yeah,
place,
I
Stoney.
figured.
Armidius, being as you kind of already did some research, you passed through here before, you can see that it's been a huge change. Like, in the brief time, well, you haven't been here in 2 years, but you could gather a lot of this, like paintwork, structures, even the fires that had burned stuff down, all recent. It looks beautiful. And there's no more, when you were here, there was crime on the streets, there were like prostitutes on every corner, and it is actually being run as an efficient business city. There are little kiosks set up where you could buy heroin, crystal meth, cocaine, and it's all legal. You could do whatever you want,
Hey, Antonio!
but it's all organized.
I'm gonna say,
Antonio's not here yet.
can I add a little bit
Oh.
to the
Hey,
Thrall
Maria.
State canon?
Yeah.
Did they have direct control over any mortal races? No. Oh, there's another thing that I read.
But there's a lot of white, and you do see the symbols everywhere, and it actually looks very clean. A lot of these buildings are freshly painted. They're trying to create some kind of very high-scale city from this, and they're succeeding.
They run a tight ship.
They do run a very tight ship.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed, but my guard is still low.
Okay. The old Elven Tavern that you used to go to, it's no longer an Elven Tavern. It looks like it's a Dragonborn Tavern, and you only really gather that because you see a Dragonborn when the door opens behind the bar, and the sign itself is actually written in Draconic.
I will say
know
to
if
Hera,
speaking.
and only Hera, nothing personal.
Right.
Perhaps the mortal beings of this time, maybe I didn't give them enough credit. It seems that some of them are capable of organization.
Perhaps you are correct. I would have never expected as much of a change as I'm hearing this is, although I did not know it before.
If a rebellious and uprising city such as this one is run this well, I can't imagine what a mess the capital must be for this kind of duress.
I suppose you are correct. Although as all of these young races, they do attempt to overthrow each other for nothing more than a different crown, or a different head, under the same crown. It would not surprise me if this is no different, and that if their plight was only man-made to begin with.
I would not doubt it.
But nonetheless,
After all, they are petty beings.
we do still have an army of demons emanating from under the Fang, and surely if they wipe out the continent, constructing the Living Gate will be impossible.
How did we... Out of game, this is asking about Thrall State Cannon. How did we get them locked away last time? Without
A
Liushian.
lot of the younger races, as well as Thrallstay, had fought them back.
Just actually fought them.
Actually fought them back. It set the whole population of the continent back by
About 1,000
hundreds
years.
of years. Yeah. Like, most of the continent was wiped out. I'd say, like, 65%.
Okay. I'd like to think that the final battle took place, like, inside the volcano as it was erupting. And that's why the Thrallstay were scattered and laid dormant. Something like that.
Okay.
Like, we had some kind of gigantic final finishing move. But then that wouldn't explain why we were also guarding the pieces.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
we will figure that out. I do like the idea of having a young race as an ally, and surely one so organized would be formidable.
Regardless of our inevitable or eventual intentions, forming allies early is of utmost importance.
I agree. And what shall we do with... And she points to Oogie.
Or looks at it.
Yeah.
Um,
She let you into that part. What shall we do with Oogie?
I mean, he is a companion of our group.
We cannot carry him around all day.
regardless, he has shown his alliance with us several times. And where other mortal beings have failed me and impeded the progress I made towards preventing the rejoining of Laushian, this one seemed cooperative.
Very well. There's no doubt both Oogie and Armidius are formidable allies, essential to what we seek to do.
I agree.
And I understand
They started
quite a
using,
much.
like, Egyptian accents for the Thrall State.
I understand, as you mentioned multiple times, you appreciate efficiency.
Most certainly.
Our Lord Velfor has lived over 2,000 years.
And that's the one in the Anointis Fillet?
Yeah,
Lord
So-
Velfor?
Velfor.
We would know him, wouldn't we? If I was laid dormant 1,000 years ago, he was probably around back then.
You know what? We're gonna say that you do.
What's his name?
Lord Velfor.
Lord Velflor?
Velfor.
Velfort. And, I guess at that, my eyes will do that little light up, blinking thing that they do when I get excited, or...
I do remember him
He's
when
co-
he was a young elf.
He's currently the longest living elf.
If it was not for the leadership of Lord Velfor, your species would have been wiped out very early on in its existence.
I know, he's a wise man.
I
Indeed.
admit, my people and mortal races may have had their differences. Velfay, right?
Belfour.
Velfor. But Lord Velfay proved... I'm sorry, because I wrote Velfay and now it's stuck in my head. Lord Velfor proved himself as well to be a very strong ally of ours. I am pleased to learn that he is still alive and well.
As am I. I don't know if you were actually going to go into this. Do either of you speak Draconic?
I do.
You do?
Yes!
The name of this tavern that he was taking you to, and then he looks disappointed when he does actually see it. It's called the Dragon's Tongue. And the downstairs is a tavern, and the upstairs is a low-quality inn.
Perfect spot to keep Oogie.
Yes. Are we going in?
It's up to
Drop
you.
him off?
It's up to you, bro.
But first, before we go in, I'm going to check Oogie's equipment to see how much gold he has in his sack.
I don't actually know how much he has, to be honest.
Can we just guess like 20 gold?
Are you taking some?
I'm taking 30 gold.
Go
I'll
ahead.
ask what you're doing.
I'm gonna roll stealth.
What are you doing?
I'm taking
Oh,
gold.
I might not even see it. Okay.
Actually, would your character even care?
Yes, because I understand that this is a very mortal thing to happen. Like, okay, here are the organics doing their organic thing and stealing and lying to and from each other.
You know what?
I
No.
should stop this right now.
You know what? I'm better than that. I'll pay for whatever it costs for him to be safe while we get back.
Okay.
I will cover for him in that cheap inn. How much would a room be for him?
Are you going in?
I'm going in.
Okay. Let me change the music, because it's something I wanted to play. And this is why I made it Dragonborn. Woohoo!
Oh god, this is what I think it is.
No.
Okay.
As soon as you walk in, there's dusty dirt on the floor, there's peanut shells all over the place, pretzel bits, salt, broken bottles. There's a couple of Dragonborn fighting in the back. They look heavily armored. You know, maybe one's a paladin, one's a fighter, and they're grappling and tossing around, chairs falling over. And the Dragonborn behind the counter didn't actually have facial hair, but he's got like a beard of scales.
Cool.
Ah, can I do for you?
Is that in Draconic or Common?
I guess that would have been in common. He's not going to think either of you speak Draconic.
I would like a room for my unconscious friend.
Your unconscious friend. He didn't even drink yet. He's already out cold.
He had a rough night.
How much would...
It's very early in the morning, by the way, and there's already
Do they
people
have
drinking.
prices listed up? Or would I have to ask?
You have to-
How much would a room be? Just for a night.
Just for him?
Just for him.
It's like 9 o'clock in the morning at this point. You're leaving here for the... He's staying for the day?
We have had a very eventful night.
Yeah,
We
you
need a
know,
safe place for him. He spoke highly of this place.
bearded women, guys trying to steal our stuff. Typical travel to the city.
Yeah, typical travel anywhere nowadays. Well, luckily, Atreyu's gonna be changing that.
Do you want to hear a cool story?
I love cool stories.
So we're just camping out. We just finished slaying giants that ambushed us. When these 3 burglars just decided to come up to us and try and steal my boat, and they clubbed my friend in the face while he's sleeping. So I shot this bearded lady down, and she's bloody. And then I immobilized his lover, and he's trying to steal gold from us. We took the gold from him.
Oh, that's a good one. Wait a sec. Those 3 burglars weren't trolls, were they?
No.
We've had some problems with 3 trolls around these parts.
Regardless, they seemed to be escaping the growing arm of the Blackhawks.
Little
And
they don't
we
know.
would not let them get away with that.
Very good move. He pours you both a pint on the house for good service.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Here, I'll drink that for you.
Give it to him.
That's right, you don't even have a mouth.
And I'll say, furthermore, as I said, my friend spoke highly of this place. His full name is Ugram.
The bugbear?
Yeah, the bugbear.
He must
Smell
not have
as bad
spoken
as
too highly. Well, he must not have been here if he's speaking highly of this place.
He Well, he did mention a Dragonborn tavern in the city. And before he passed out, he requested that I buy a round for all of the patrons in his name. And I'll provide the gold for that.
Very well. This man here, what's your name?
I am Halith, but this round is on Ugram.
Halith, on behalf of this unconscious man, Ugram, is buying y'all around.
Everybody cheers. He starts pouring pitchers. People are running up, like shaking your hand, rubbing Oogie's head while he's unconscious, patting him on the back. You know, women are like rubbing on him a bit, and
He's passed out.
he's like,
Is he still out cold from all this?
Still out cold.
Damn, nice.
He might be out cold the rest of the session. Who knows?
How much was the round?
12 gold.
That's not nearly as bad as I thought.
One more round!
Now it's on you, buddy.
Hell no.
Damn.
I don't want things to get too crazy in here.
Did you order it?
Yeah.
Do they sell
It's on its
sake?
way.
No, they
have
wouldn't
sake.
sell alcohol. Oh.
Open the fridge.
Ooh. I was gonna say they wouldn't sell us alcohol delivery.
This set of dice, when Raven's Ball was around, was $4.95. This one was on sale for $1.95.
And you got the whole set?
Yeah.
All 7?
Yep. I just split them up because red and blue look good together.
This is good. This is good. Because now not only are we meeting with someone who is very powerful, but regardless of the relationship between the Nest of the Blackhawks and the Elven Empire,
Yeah.
they can't... I mean, they could potentially use this as bait, but there will be other thralls stay.
Here's the thing. There's a good chance it could be forced to work under them, under duress, but we might not be able to move forward and meet Zahn all the time. And head to anoint this and actually fulfill what we're trying to do.
That's true.
Well,
We need to be smart in how we talk to Atreyu.
after you guys have bought rounds, multiple rounds, for
Hey,
all
one
these
round.
people, the barkeep, who I don't think he's told you his name, but
Nope.
after you spend all that gold there, the name's Paldus. I am the proprietor of this tavern.
So, pleased to make your acquaintance, Haldus. I am... Hold up here. I am Halith the Egradim, first precipient of the Mark of Leushi.
Most of that makes no sense to me. I shall call you Stoney. Makes sense.
Don't we all? I thought.
High five!
And,
The room tonight is on the house. He gives you a key, and it's marked 5 heart.
Sir, you don't have to.
No, I should. Spent plenty of gold. Good coin here.
What was his name?
And it seems that Dragonborn is taking a liking to your friend. And you see this female Dragonborn that's like touching Oogie. She's obviously drunk. She's like, I'm gonna marry you! I'm gonna marry you! You're great! You're so selfless! And you're such a good listener! Oh my god, I feel like you're just really taking it in, you know? I just really feel like you care.
Remember,
Hey,
female
hey,
on male
Stoney.
rape is a real thing.
Hey, Stoney. This is gonna be really funny.
I will tell you that this was a unnecessary but developed tactic of the Thrall stay, where if ever there was a time that we needed to disrupt
Hey,
the
buddy.
civilization
Hey,
of
buddy.
organics,
Stop being so stiff and listen up a little bit.
Because he's a rock.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'll take him up to the room for you guys.
I'll carry him up, and then you can have your way with him.
I can come? Oh, thank God. I need
1 hour,
Okay, thank you.
20 gold.
I
Are you whoring him out?
I don't have that kind of coin.
All right, we'll compromise. 5 gold.
I'm just gonna give Hera a look.
Let me see if she has that much gold.
I have 3.
Deal.
Okay.
She gives you 3 gold.
1 hour.
And she walks up with you. Okay?
1 hour.
I take it you will be responsible for checking in on them in an
Yeah.
hour?
I got the trusty bow I told you I like so much.
As soon as the door closes, and it's a nice room. I
Yeah.
mean, this is obviously the best room, and it's not really that good. But it's got a king-size bed. It looks like maybe a couple of people have laid in it beforehand. It's a little wash bin. The water looks clean, so maybe that's why it costs more normally. But you hear, as soon as the door closes, you hear him well, you guys put him on the bed. You hear,
Oh, God, I love how much you're just so strong and silent. You're mysterious, and I like that. I love you.
Did you guys tell her his name?
No.
Nope.
Oh no, because the barkeep announced the rounds are on Oogie.
I love you, Ugrum.
Ugrum.
I love you so much.
And then you hear.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
She's
we'll
got-
cut away to
And
that.
he's still
No.
like bloody matted fur from the battle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
and
doesn't
she
care.
only has 1 hour, so I gotta be back there.
Okay.
Hera?
Yeah.
Hera knows what I've done. It's a thrall snake tactic that we never really had to use, but if ever another civilization, if we ever had to disrupt it on purpose, making allies with the people is a good way to lessen the strength the ruler has.
Yeah. Dividing. Yeah.
Yeah. Swords and
Um,
allies.
The guards that had come with you, because remember they were escorting you.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of forgot about them a little bit, but they did actually have a couple of drinks, even though they weren't supposed to. The barkeep was like, "It's cool, guys. Same rules apply. No one's gotta know." And they drink a little bit, and when you guys come back down, the guards are there. "We've received word that Atreyu is ready for you. Are you ready to see him?
Well,
Or do you
first,
need to go anywhere first?"
I need to check on my buddy real quick.
It's only been like 5 minutes.
But I can't just leave him with her.
Well, maybe he'll be back in an hour.
I telepathically ask if he hears us to Oogie. Oogie, are you awake yet?
You hear no response.
We're not gonna hear anything.
I think he's fine.
I don't think so. I know these
He's
dragonborns.
gonna need some dinghy salve after this.
I know dragonborns. She might eat him alive.
She won't actually eat him. You know.
Can I? My
She
crown.
loves him.
My crown.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna
It's
tap on the
shard
door
mine
and see if
only?
everything's okay. Not to disrupt or anything, but everything alright in here?
Just
She
roll-
comes to the door
What's your
with,
bluff?
like,
Just
her
tell her it's
shirt
been an
half off.
hour.
What?
What's your bluff? Just tell her it's been an hour.
Oh shit. Let's do this. 10. Alright, I'm going for
Oh,
it.
jeez, I might as well do it. Mine's 10 too.
And what are you saying?
21.
Are you rolling on the table? It's got to be on the table.
Okay.
Roll better.
Roll worse.
28.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? I don't think it's been an hour.
Support?
We just started. Look, he barely touched me.
She's got like the sheet wrapped around like her bottom half.
I have heard a a mortal phrase. Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh.
Okay. Ugrum.
She like runs back in and like kisses him, and you can see that he's laid out naked on the bed.
Ugrum, sweetie. I'm gonna go for now, but I'll be back soon. Oh, you're so good. Oh. We'll talk more later.
What was...
She grabs her clothes on the way out. It's crazy.
Just because I didn't write it down.
I'm gonna lock the door
Edge
extra
is
tight, and I'm gonna
kernel.
put an arrow in between both of them so no one has any funny ideas.
Okay, you can roll
It
dungeoneering.
was Colonel Edge and Lieutenant Surge.
Yes.
Fuck. Dungeoneering. 13.
If it's a 1, just tell me you botched.
I botched.
You did it. You feel like it's locked and safely secure.
Alright.
Do you wish to stop anywhere else before going to speak with Atreyu?
No, we can talk to Atreyu now.
Your bow fires those water arrows, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one you took? I was just curious if you need arrows. So you guys are happy with everything so far?
Yep.
You don't need any goods, drugs, nothing? Potions?
I don't have any potions, actually.
Totes? Nothing?
Oh, yeah, you know what? If they could lead us somewhere where I could, I have, what are they?
I don't have 200 gold, I have 203
I forget
gold.
what the ability is called. My rituals, materials for rituals. It has been 1,000 years since my last visit to a shop, and I am in need of equipment.
There is an apothecary that sells both potions and totes for such things, as well as primitive spells.
Do they sell Phoenix Downs by any chance?
I am unsure.
Unless you believe... Where's my phone? Unless you believe that, what was Atreyu's title? Was it just Lord Atreyu? Was it King
Um,
Atreyu?
You know what? I didn't really give him a title. He's the leader of the Black Hole.
Commandant.
We'll understand more when we meet him.
I'm not satisfied with that.
I don't want to call him General,
That's giving him military.
but everybody else seems to have military. And they are kind of a military faction.
They're
We'll
more
go
of a
with-
mercenary group, though, if you think of it.
So what would the leader of a mercenary group be called?
Usually, a mercenary group's leader won't have a title. They just call him by their last name.
See, I don't even want to say captain, because, like, Colonel Edge and Lieutenant Surge.
But then you know what? He does not have a title. We'll just call him by his name.
Yeah, they usually call
They
him by
call
his
him
last
Lombardi.
name. Yeah, they call him by their last name.
Unless you believe that Lombardi's personal effects could offer us better equipment than these shops that you will be bringing us to, then they will be sufficient.
Are you acting a guard?
Yeah, I'm asking a guard if he thinks that we should just wait until we speak with Atreyu, who would be able to offer us better stuff that we could just buy here.
Atreyu may only be able to give you weapons. I would say if should you need any other supplies other than rations, which he would be able to give you for your journey, or fresh canteens of water, perhaps a cart, he could do all those things for you. But in terms of totes and medical supplies, that would not be where he could help you.
I believe in an efficiently run society. Yeah. I believe in a society run as well as this one. It would not be on the leader to just hand out goods and services anyway. So if you can lead us to this shop that you mentioned, then we will do the proper... We will commence proper trade etiquette.
A little quid for quo. Let's do that.
Okay. The guards bring you over to this big white building, and you can see that it's been like, it's got that staccato look, you know how they do like the sandy stuff? It's got that beneath it, so it's been painted over.
It's a fancy-ass building.
Yeah, it's really fancy. And it has all these big, elegant windows that have all these plants growing inside it, and you could make out, well, either you're trained in nature,
Yeah.
right? No?
Mine's 14.
Okay. So you can recognize a couple of these herbs that you've used to make maybe poisons or some potions. So it looks like he's using these huge windows, you know, he's using the whole space that he has to grow the herbs, to make his stuff. And as soon as you walk in, there is a Shatterkai, an older man, long gray hair tied in a ponytail behind his head, clean shaven, very lean. And as soon as you walk in, is there something I could help you with today?
Are the guards with us?
The guards wait outside, they don't care.
Okay. I seek materials to... What's it called? Rituals? I have exhausted my supply of ritual components.
Ah, you have found yourself in the most appropriate place. I am Trustin of Zanala. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
A pleasure to meet you, sir.
To you as well. I have all sorts of goods, potions, plants, herbs, poisons, anything you require, including ritual ingredients. You are certainly in the right place.
And just because I've never had to buy stuff for rituals before, do I get new rituals by buying them?
You can. You
Or
can
do
buy
I
some.
learn them? Do I have to read a scroll? Or...
Well, that's really what it is. When you buy a ritual, it is an actual book or
Is he
scroll,
by any chance
depending on how
familiar
advanced
with
it is.
Elven?
Does he speak Elven?
Like familiar with it at all?
He would speak Elven,
Or-
yeah. Shatterkai are like
Dark
I don't-
elves.
That would be the Drow, but
Oh, yeah.
Shatterkai are like a cousin. I think their standard second language is Elven. But yeah.
Remember that entrapment ritual from last time?
Oh, okay, see it? What did we do for it last
We
time?
just said rituals, entrapment, and ingredients. We didn't say what the ingredients were.
Did I tell you what the ritual did or no?
You said it entrapped someone into like a container or like an object.
Okay. He can actually help you perfect that spell, if you'd like, or that ritual rather, and he can sell you some ingredients to actually do it. We're gonna say that it is actually setting up a type of trap. So they would consider setting up a trap as a ritual, because you're like going around, it takes like 5 minutes to put it together. For 5 gold, he's willing to teach you how to master that, so you could do it really anytime you have the ingredients, which is really, in this case, just a net with some spikes, as well as a little trowel to dig it out. But we just call it a tote.
So the 2 that I have mastered pretty much?
You've mastered them.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I'll learn how to do that.
Okay, 5 gold, he'll teach you how. And the totes that he has, I'm going to roll to see how much they're selling for. Actually, I'll roll this die. I'm going to add a 0 to the end of it. 50 gold apiece.
I'll buy...
And he has, let me see how many he has. This plus 2. Oh, he has 10.
10 totes for 50 gold or just
No,
one?
no, no. He has 10, and each one is 50 gold.
I'll buy 1 tote.
I
Okay.
will...
It's yours.
So what's the tote? Just the tote?
You could just write 1 ritual tote. Pretty much just has all the ingredients you need for 1 ritual.
Alright. And I'd also like to buy 5 potions.
Okay, they have regular health potions, which restore 10 hit points, and super health potions, which restore 25.
How much are the super?
Super health potion is... It's actually cheap here. 30, and regular health potion is 10.
I want to inform him that this may be our last stop in this city before we have a meeting with its leader, Atreyu Lombardi.
Ah, Lombardi. Very nice. Did he request your presence, or
He requested our presence.
is it a legal thing? Oh.
Our presence in his city was not requested, but once he learned of the role we may play in the spread of the rule of the Blackhawks, he insisted that he meet with us.
That is most wonderful news. Most people that are summoned for a sit-down often end up dead.
Well,
It's
I
typically
do not.
members of the military, though, that have failed in a mission or something. They get called in,
We are not members of the military.
as I could tell.
And as such, the materials that we require are not provided to us. Perhaps as guests in Atreyu's court, you could provide us lower rates.
You can roll diplomacy.
And as a Shattered Kai you are, I am an elf. And a
21.
great friend of mine is a high advisor for Lord Velfor. And I can give you a great pristine around the elves if you'll help us out.
Roll diplomacy as well. What was yours?
21.
You didn't buy anything yet, right? Did you
Yeah.
pay for...
I have not
okay.
paid for anything.
24.
24. And you already paid for the tote?
Almost.
Did you pay for the
yeah,
tote?
50.
Okay. The potions he'll give you for 20 instead of 30. The regular potion is the same amount, because he's got to make something on the ingredients.
Yeah.
And the tote he'll give you for 30 instead of 50. But he can't give you, he can't give you all of them. He said he can give you 3 for that
I'll-
price.
3 for 30? So
30 apiece.
I will... 3 for 30 each, yeah. I will buy 3.
And if you want to take advantage and buy another one, he can sell you another 2 for 30 apiece. If you need more totes,
And how much were the super potions?
20.
Wait, it's 2 for 30, and I already bought one for 50.
Mm-hmm. And he has 5 more super potions.
I'll buy 3 super potions.
Okay.
Wait, how many does he have now after that?
2.
I'll have to buy those 2 then.
Okay. It's a good price.
So
For 20 each?
Yes. I don't know who your friend is that's a counsel to Atreyu, but if you could please put in that word for me, I would appreciate any business from the from the leaders of
His
the
name
town.
is Advisor Oranik.
Ornick?
Oranik.
You can roll bluff.
That'll be 19.
That's a single digit number. I will amend what I've said
I've
to
known
him.
him since I was a child. He raised me when I was a boy.
You're just throwing so much shit on there.
Dude, I've been bullshitting ever since I walked into this city. I haven't even
Might
been in
as
this
well.
city for 2 years.
Just commit.
I will amend what I said and say, I understand that Atreyu seeks to run as tight a ship as possible. And while it may not be in the best interests of this city's economy to hand out discounts, trust it is greatly appreciated.
Your business is certainly appreciated as well, and I hope you keep me in mind next time you have need of goods.
Hopefully,
We will be
I can
back.
make this a regular.
And thank you.
Yeah. That.
Okay. You guys have everything you need?
Yup.
Very well. You walk back outside, the guards are waiting for you. You know, they're like just spinning a sword. You know, they're just hanging out, sitting down. Are you ready to speak with the Atreyu?
I believe so.
Very well. And they bring you to, we'll say at the westmost part of the city. Larger extension of the wall on the west side, with a gate right behind it that appears to be a private gate. But this very large building, fashioned similar to a castle, but it looks like it was almost like a supermarket or a giant market at one time that they just kind of disclosed as being their headquarters. And above it, it has that huge symbol, as that is, which also on the paper, I don't know if you saw it, their symbol is actually called the Wings of Freedom. So it has a huge banner, white building, these little emblems all over it. Very awesome. It has stained glass windows where every one of them has that symbol kind of in the glass with different colors and stuff. But yeah, you're standing at the gate where there is countless guards scurrying around, patrolling around the building. This is where they're reporting in, exchanging shifts. You can see a building in the back that looks like a barracks. So there is a huge guard or military presence here. And the guards bring you right up through the large gates. They open them up for you. You walk maybe another 100 feet up a beautifully crafted walkway, which also has the emblems into all of it. Brings you up to the very large wooden door.
Does it remind you of Thrallstay architecture?
That's primitive to you.
Really? Even though it's very well built.
Very well built.
It ain't Quensa shit, that's for sure.
No.
Oh, I didn't finish telling you about Quensa. Well, I'll tell you later.
And as you walk in, you're standing in this very large foyer. Grand staircase. Oh, is the grand one the one that goes up on each side?
Yeah.
I like that one. Okay. Goes up, and you see a very large picture of pretty much the person that you're coming here to meet, but it's a huge, just portrait of him. Did I tell you what race he was yet?
A human.
Right. Okay. Human. Very young looking in the portrait. Blonde hair, blue eyes. And he's wearing a heavy plate mail armor. Also white, with the crest on it. And and he escorts you down to the entryway between the two sets of stairs, where you could see that there's a large crest on the door, big double doors, and the guards actually standing outside. He awaits your presence. He opens up the door.
Actually, before... Can I telepathically communicate? Like, even if I've never seen him before, can I, like, still send out a message to him? Because...
We'll say that you wouldn't know which one he is.
Alright.
If you haven't met him before.
I guess the only reason I could do it with Regdar is because I could very clearly sense the Laotian parts. And go,
That too.
I need to go talk to that guy. But, so, okay, I'm gonna wait, because, I guess maybe over the past 1,000 years of dormancy, I forgot that it spooks the shit out of mortals to hear a voice out of nowhere. So I won't say anything before they open the doors. But I will thank the guards.
You're very welcome. Good luck.
May the force be
Pleasure
with you.
meeting you.
Luck.
It's a Mark thing, you won't get it.
Another one salutes you.
It's a
We'll
form of
salute you.
gesture.
Do you do it back?
Is he
Yep.
saluting back?
He's saluting back.
Then I'll salute back.
Okay. Are you guys going in? You gonna try to pickpocket somebody while you're here?
No.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know what to do and not to do in these places. That's one thing you don't do.
One of the guards has a very loosely low-hanging coin purse. Appears very heavy.
It's a trap.
As a
I want
precipient,
to trick you to take it. I know all those tricks.
as a precipient of Thrallstay, I'm very used to official what's the word for like behavior that you're supposed to adhere to?
Like etiquette?
Yes. I'm very familiar with it. As is Hera, I would hope.
Okay. Once you walk into this office, I'm assuming you're walking in.
Yes.
Beautiful large office. He's got pictures of himself on most walls. And a picture very large behind his desk, which is facing the door. There's two. There's a picture of the City of Looming Shadow, and it is labeled City of Looming Shadow. And then there's another picture of just how you saw it, which is the nest of the Freehawks. So you see like the before and after, and in the before you see all these different clan symbols marked all over. You see some, all this stuff.
Graffiti and like blood, yeah.
Yeah, you see like trashy looking people in the streets, and then in the nest of the Freehawks. I keep forgetting this
Organized,
name.
clean.
Yeah, organized, clean, little kiosks
Well
neatly set
constructed.
up. Everybody's in uniform, appears to be peaceful, no graffiti. And he's standing with his back to you, and once he notices the door opens and senses your presence, he turns slowly to greet you, and you see the identical man that was in the picture.
I will telepathically communicate with him. Say, I have never visited the City of Looming Shadow. Only read about it in books.
You are truly a fascinating creature. Person, my apologies. I have never met one such as yourself.
I appreciate your regard for etiquette, Atreyu. Or would you rather Lombardi?
Atreyu.
And you may call me Halith. My
Halith.
full title is Halith the Egradim, first precipient of the mark of Laotian.
Precipient Halith, I am graced with your presence in my fair city. And you are?
I am Armidius
Armidius.
of Anointed Filet.
That's it. Please have a seat. And there's two very soft, plush Victorian chairs in front of his desk. 3, because Hera's also with you.
Can I roll dungeoneering on the chair, just eyeballing it?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
Check for traps.
Okay.
$26.
Okay. You're checking out the chair. Seems like an ordinary enough chair. But you can see that while you're looking at the chair, the floor actually looks like there's a little trim outline that you could gather maybe there's a switch somewhere that if he wanted to drop the chairs into something below the floor, he could.
Okay. I'll straight up let him know. I have heard that those who are normally called in for meetings with you do not meet a kind fate. And I can see the seams around these chairs.
You are truly graced with the gift of perception. However, I can assure you I have no thought to use it on one such as yourself. Those typically summoned to my office are generals that have failed or betrayed me, and that is why they do not leave.
Well,
I do not handle betrayal well,
though I do not.
and I would not insult you with the thought of doing such to you.
Though we only come to trade information, and I do not expect to fail you in any way, nor do I expect you to fail me. Only as a meeting of the minds, I will remain standing. As for now, until it is proven otherwise, we are in the company of equals.
I could respect that. Perhaps I could offer you a drink. He walks over to his counter, and you see him take out 4 glasses and starts to pour this very elegant looking, well, you identify it as liquor. You never really drink, but he's pouring you a glass anyway. If you want to see what it is, you can roll nature.
Oh, man.
But he's pouring 4 glasses out of a very crisp looking bottle into these very classy glasses. And he hands one to each of you. Hera takes it and is just holding it.
I'll hold it too.
29.
Just out of respect.
It is a very, very high-end, classy brandy. It is very good stuff. You have never actually tasted it in your life. Actually, I don't even think you've seen it. You've probably only heard of it.
And I shall stand up as well and hold the glass. I'm ready for a cheers, a toast.
Okay. I appreciate you all coming and taking the time to speak with me. As you could imagine, Thrall Stay is an incredible interest of mine, as I hear it is that of Sir Valence's. However, he seeks to abuse it, and I do not. So, in the interests of our newly found friendship, cheers. And then he drinks.
I'll clink, but I am unfamiliar with this ritual of yours. But, unfortunately, as it appears this is a liquid to be ingested, I cannot.
Very well. And he offers to take yours and Hera's glass back. Would you like another?
No, thank you, sir. It was delicious, though.
When you drink it, by the way, it is the best thing you have ever tasted. It doesn't feel like alcohol, doesn't burn going down. It's almost like drinking water. Yeah, it's very smooth.
It's
And
good.
it tingles the whole way down.
But I can't, but I must be, my senses must stay sharp.
Okay.
Being an immortal does have its downsides.
I cannot waste it. He pours it back into the bottle.
I don't blame you, sir.
Very expensive.
Why did you come across such great delights of these?
I have much power here in the nest of the Freehawks. In fact, all over Xandar, my influence and my coin spreads. As we speak, the Black Hawks control more of Xandar, and more. I do not wish to abuse this power, as Sir Valence has. I wish to take this opportunity, as the creatures emerge from beneath the Fang. I wish to unify the people, under my rule and order. But this is the perfect opportunity to show them what the capital lacks. We have created here, out of chaos. I have done it.
May I just ask, sir, how far are you willing to go to meet said ambitions of yours? How far?
I will do anything I have to do to make this place organized and controlled.
Even though we are different races and we have different needs, we must stay united in some way, but not through not through fear.
I agree. I do not wish for it to be fearful. In fact, as an elf, I strive to preserve tradition.
He's a human.
No, he's like referring to him.
Oh.
He's like envying elven tradition. I would never wish to destroy that and control it and warp it into something distant. However,
You wish as a brotherhood of unity of your fellow race as we do, don't you?
yes, truly. And eventually I would like to unify all races as a continent.
Then I will inform you that though Hera, and I'll gesture to the other shard mine standing in the room who hasn't said anything yet, that although Hera is the first of my people the first of my people who I have encountered, there will be many more. And furthermore, this city of yours, I guess it's still a city. This city of yours is not only the most impressive I have seen of the mortals of this time, but you have the honor of being the first ruling body of this era to have any kind of communication with the Thrall Stay. We
I am
act
honored.
as ambassadors.
I am honored to say the least. I would never have imagined that a Thrall Stay would be here in my office. And if only to coax you to aid my cause, I would let you know that I've only been here for 2 months.
That is quite impressive.
Yes. The initial gangs were challenging, to say the least.
They
Most
seem
of them,
monstrous. I'll cut him off, but I don't mean to be rude.
you are not. I understand you have been away for quite
I
some
have
time.
quite knowledge of the city how it was before you came here. And some of those gangs were quite powerful and ruthless. And the leading force of it, as well as the Sad Flutes, were merciless.
The Sad Flutes are almost a neutral party. They don't care for the state of the country, continent,
As
city,
long as they're let be, they won't cause any harm.
essentially. Although they have been my greatest tool in making this happen. As the Unity Alliance, there was much coin that we controlled. It made it easy to be able to afford their service, which is the only way we were able to expand our immediate control to organize this. If it wasn't for the Sad Flutes, the Blackhawks wouldn't exist.
I apologize if I overstep my bounds by asking this. When you're ready, when you feel ready, what are you planning to do to Sir Valens and his throne?
I plan to kill him and usurp his throne. There cannot be two rulers of one kingdom.
He does have many followers, and I know you want to have a unity. It's going to be very difficult for you, sir.
They will have no one to follow once he is dead.
I will let you know that you may not believe that more than one entity could rule at a time. The Thrallstay civilization that I come from had many rulers of equal level, value, and sway in our government.
The elves
Although we are impartial, telepathic creatures.
as you know, the elves only have one ruler who they follow, who's the oldest, but he listens to many ambassadors and trusts them with his life as they do with his.
As you know, humans are a very young race. They hardly have the tradition and respect as that of an elf, and they certainly do not have the cooperation of a Thrallstay or Shardmind. We are young, and they are fickle.
If only all of the mortal races of our time had the foresight and insight that you seem to share with us.
I cannot do it alone. I require help. And my people here have been enough. My coin here has been enough. But we are not done. And with the help of the Thrallstay and the help of the elves, we could do something great to this continent. We could expand out beyond the seas that no one has ever seen before. Why, and ask yourself this, and maybe you even know, why has Sir Valens kept us on this little landmass, telling us it's too dangerous to leave?
Did the Thrallstay, actually know what was out past the sea?
They didn't know.
Do we just... Can we swim? Because I'm only,
You don't need to
200
breathe.
pounds.
You could walk along the bottom of the ocean.
That's true. So maybe we even know the,
Maybe there's
the
even some
Archons.
people out there.
You know the Archons? Remember? From Nautilus?
I remember.
Oh, shit. Maybe we know them.
There are rumors of other elves around the continent, but we choose not to leave. We stay as a community. We follow Lord Valfor, and Anointis is our home. We stay because our home's here.
I would never ask you to leave your home, nor to risk it for the sake of, well,
Nor do we elves have any business, personally have any business to follow Valens in any cause.
Valens has not yet directly impacted your people, so I could not ask you to rally them behind me.
In the name of the free trade of information today, I do have some questions for you, Atreyu.
Yes, ask what you will.
It seems that you have reformed this city in a very short span of time, and for that I commend you. But I must ask, what was your role in the downfall of the City of Looming Shadow and the rise of the nest of the Freehawks?
I was originally just a captain within the Unity Alliance, and the city was riddled with corruption, which I do not view as necessarily a negative thing, but it is a waste of coin. Coin should end up in the right hands, and not in the wrong ones. Drugs, murder, mercenary killings, those aren't the problem. That is business. Execution is business. The problem is when it goes into the hands of the wrong people. Why should any little commoner be able to hire an elite mercenary like the Sad Flutes to kill their whoever, their boss, their commander? They should not be entitled to such privilege, and we have monopolized the control of these resources.
The needs of the many do outweigh the needs of the few.
I agree completely. If only the rest of our younger races could agree. Although I doubt even the elves could agree to that. Though I respect your tradition, I think it is purely tradition and not agreement that flows within your people.
But I must say something. Tradition doesn't flow through all elves as it does through me. My father decided to leave Anointis. He was a member of the Purple Suns.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I never met him as a child. And I don't know where my mother is. I was wondering if you know any information about an elf.
What was your father's name?
I don't know his name. I just was told there was an elf.
Moneth.
Was
really
Monmouth an
bad.
elf?
Oh, no, Monmouth was Goliath.
Oh my god.
Wait, if you don't know,
Dr. TJ!
I'd say you should know his name,
So
even if you want to make one up. It's your story. Otherwise, how would you even know he died? You know what I mean?
'cause,
Somebody just showed up and said, your dad's dead, don't know his name, take it easy.
I mean, I guess through ruling out that
I don't know if it was like his last dying moment. He was like, tell my son, Amidius.
there's
To seek
records of how many
revenge.
elves that permanently leave Anointis, and he was the only male that left, and he died in a gang. And he was the only elf in that gang.
What was his name, if he was the only one and there's a list of it?
Dr. TJ.
Really?
Tanrock.
Conrock, nice. And your mother, she stayed in Anointis Filet, right? Or
She is somewhere in the mountain, in the forest.
Out of game, I'll tell you that Dr. TJ was the ghetto-ass doctor who
she could have died giving birth.
failed to...
Yeah, let's wrap up
stop.
that whole family thing. Yeah, she died giving birth to me.
Okay.
He was bad. You don't
So
want to be
end it,
related to
so
Dr.
we can just
TJ.
focus on saving the world.
Poor Dr. TJ. He died a horrible death.
So end this arc, start a new one here.
Conrock. Tell you what. You are now my personal friend, and I will put my best intelligence towards finding the whereabouts of Conrock. I cannot guarantee they will be favorable, but I will guarantee you.
Through my journeys, I hear of Sensei Gaiju, and I'm just curious of his abilities. I'm kind of fascinated of how he's been this powerful for this long.
He stops finishing his drink and puts it down, staring at it intently. Sensei Gaiju is the most fierce warrior I've ever seen, and I only say that because I have never seen the Kayutose. But Sensei Gaiju is fierce. I would consider him to be an immortal man if I did not know he was human.
I thought the leader was Kai Shonen.
Oh, that's his name.
Kai Shonen.
Shonen. What did I say?
But he's a sensei.
I don't remember.
But he's probably one. He's also a lead. I guess he could be a leader of his own way on the Sad Flutes.
Well, no, Sensei Gaiju is a leader of one of the teams of assassins. Kai Shonen is the leader of all the Sad Flutes. I think I said Kayutose.
So
That's his style.
it's really like one of them is the commander and one of them is like the general.
Yeah.
Like the commander hangs back and goes, "This is what I want you guys to do."
There's a couple
The
of
general's like,
commanders.
"I'm leading with them."
There's a couple of commanders that oversee a team of 5
And I do
mercenaries.
have one other question.
Yeah.
Again, in the name of free trade of information. It seems that the people of this time have their own opinions of the Thrall Stay. And before we leave, I would like to go over what you know and clear any misconceptions. From our own... And I'll pause. Well, we don't have mouths. But in our own words.
Your physical description appears to be on point with what we know of Shardmind. Although we don't know why you would resemble a male or female if you don't have... Well,
Though we do not need...
forgive me for being intrusive.
Allow me.
I do
I
not
mentally,
take...
I think he's saying a little strong hanging down. Your little rock thing.
We have found that it helps mortal races familiarize ourselves.
But why does she have rock boobs? Can I just ask that? I'm always curious about that.
Does Hera want to feel this one? My people can slowly alter their appearances over time.
But she looks like a human woman. Look at those things.
We have found that maintaining familiar shapes ease relationships.
They're all rough around the edges, and she's all curvy and smooth, like someone's been polishing that thing for centuries.
Oh my god. It's quartz, baby! No,
I
we have
am
found
unsure if I should take this as a compliment. But thank you.
It is meant to ease relationships between our people and mortals.
May I just Trey, when you're spending time with these two, you're just questioning. Look at that one. Tell me what you think of the female. Or what you consider as a female.
I think she has a great shape. She's got curves in the right places, you're right.
Yeah, I'm like, look at him. He's all rough around the
It's
edges and
unfortunate
bulky.
that she doesn't have genitals.
Females 1,000 years ago, of most races, had... I don't know how to put this.
What can you tell me of the creatures from beneath the fang? They did not come until the presence of Thral Stay became apparent.
I am sure you have heard of the might of Laushian.
I've only heard the name, and that it is spread across the land. I did not know what that meant.
I'm gonna actually quickly, and in Thrall Stay, because this has been in common, but in Thrall Stay, so to have a very quick little Morse conversation with Hera,
Okay.
just the two of us, what would be appropriate to share with him? Should we reveal the origins of our people as the Living Gate? Or should we only inform him that they were released during our time, and our people took personal responsibility to see that they were sealed away?
I believe we should tell him of the past, as we had saved along with his old races, the continent on its whole. And I think that we should end it as the presence of the Thral Stay, as well as the assembly of Laushian, is an unfortunate coincidence to the creatures at the Fang resurrecting.
So,
We do not want him to assume that our power is dark, because it is not. And then he will be
That is
reluctant to help
wise.
us.
and then
So was that just to her?
just
or did
to
you...
her.
Okay.
And then I'll reopen the channel with him. But that was really quick, so he probably didn't even realize I took like a second's hesitation.
Can you tell me anything about it?
What I can tell you was that it was the combined effort
Can I roll
of
insight on
both
this?
the Thrall Stay
On him?
and...
Or on...
On me?
On the general
What
conversation.
are you trying to figure out?
I kind of see something through Atreyu.
Okay.
After the conversation, though.
He's Hitler! He's Hitler!
He's
This is the Fourth Reich. I approve, I'm just saying. Do you want to roll?
I'll finish your conversation.
Okay. I will tell him that, that without the combined efforts of the Thrall Stay, oh, food's here, and all cooperating races of our time.
Is he at the door?
No, I saw him walk up over there.
Cool. Alright, pause right there.
Okay.
2... Okay. So you wanted to make an insight check? Feel free to make a roll.
That wasn't working. Now I gotta use both hands. I gotta be human.
Be a tentacle monster and use like 6 hands.
Or be Elven and still use 2 hands.
Be Thrall Stay.
Use your
And use your mind, yeah.
No, insight.
Be a bugbear and try to do it but fail, because that's what bugbears do.
27.
And what are you trying to incite exactly?
I just want to see if I can see if there's any like lies or any reason for me to not believe what Atreyu has planned to offer with Thrall Stay and his complete intent. Like if there's any other personal goals that he wants other than advancement of Xandar.
Honestly, it seems like everything that he's saying is true. I mean, it does seem that he wants to be in charge of this.
Yeah, no, like that's obvious.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like he's lying about anything. He seems very confident in his ability to do it. And he is, I guess you could say, slightly humbled because he knows he can't do it alone.
Yeah, like I feel like as if he's gonna use like the Thrall Stay, like not
Oh
as like
shit, son, I don't need insight for that.
like equal, but like as slaves.
You think he's going to enslave the Thrall Stay?
Somewhat, yeah.
That's interesting. I would say your insight check does not allow you to see what that intention is. Because they didn't really talk about anything like that.
Yeah.
He just talked about control and order.
Yeah, but I don't know, like I
And
feel
the Thrall Stay have the power to help him achieve this goal.
Yeah.
I believe where we
What?
left off.
He's asking you about the creatures.
Yeah. But what I was telling him was, I gotta get back into character now. The creatures emerging from the Fang are from a plane known as the Far Realm. With the help of my time's civilizations, the Thrall Stay were able to seal the Fang and ensure the protection of this continent. It came at a great loss to my people, but it was one that we accepted as our fate.
So you were able to beat them back by physical conflict?
We did though, didn't we?
Technically, you used the young races to do it. You guys alone couldn't do it. I don't want to say maybe there was a ritual you were able to do that sealed it up, but it's still magic. It doesn't last forever.
Many lives were lost. I guess probably like even a majority of the Thrall Stay died in the conflict, didn't they? Because they would be unified as a force.
Let's try and stop it.
Yeah. So really, we gave it our all, and there were many mortal races who also lost many of their own people. But only as a unified continent were we able to stop the creatures from the Fang.
Then perhaps we can help each other. Obviously, I cannot rule over a continent that is infested by monsters.
And obviously,
They're always going to be around.
it is once again on the Thrall Stay to take not responsibility, but to... The Thrall Stay saw themselves as protectors. They ran this continent, in some ways very directly, and in some ways behind a veil. But if we are to unify Xandar in order to ensure its future, we will need to create a continental alliance. And this is where that starts.
Time has changed over 1,000 years since they've been asleep. New and old races are intermixing.
Yes. Yes, and I agree. Together, we will need to overcome this. But this battle is not on one front.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
both against the Fang and Xandar.
I
will
only
not
hope
I
that
will
Lord
use-
Velfor... I only hope that Lord Velfor remembers the very productive alliance that he had with our people. He played a very large part in the unification that was the force that drove back the creatures.
Lord Velfor, the elder of Anoitis Filet.
Yes.
You think he would join our cause? Both against...
It's very hard
Xandar?
to say.
Oh, we didn't mention that we personally know.
No. But you just dropped his name.
Well, didn't you before?
Because
I thought you did
I
already.
know of the elder because the advisor who raised me as a child worked closely with him. But from the stories I heard of Elfor, it doesn't seem, although he is very powerful even in his old age, he is a great warrior who is a master of elven weaponry like no other. He seems he chooses to stay neutral in this battle. He's more focused on beauty and art of this world than destruction. And that raises my next point that I want to talk to the elders and the ambassador about. What about the neutral states of Xandar and Fang? How are they going to protect themselves when isolated, when they want no part of this?
They will be united under the Blackhawks. And we will have them contribute in whatever way they can.
What if they don't want to contribute? Would you respect their decisions?
They would have to contribute. Otherwise, we either all survive together or we all die together. And I will not let people choose death by not contributing to our effort.
That is true.
In response to your surprise, on hearing from when I name dropped, I almost said Feldspar. Velfor?
Velfor.
Velfor. This is something that I may have failed to mention even to my traveling companion Armidius. But Velfor is an ancient being, as old as us, or as old as we.
The first
In
group
fact-
of elves that was under his command fought alongside with him.
I have personally spoken with Lord Velfor, although it was over 1,000 years ago.
That's big. That's
What?
big.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
You spoke with Alfor.
He is an ancient wisdom, and the elves are a race that appreciate wisdom and order, as were we. We were allies. They too
Would
suffered
he-
great losses.
Would he contribute to our cause?
It has
even
been
though-
a very long time.
Even though he is a man that appreciates beauty, it's safe to say he's a complicated man. And a complicated elf.
If Hera would like to reveal something that she remembers about him. Because I can't just keep making shit up.
Because an elephant...
Something about his motivations, perhaps.
In the Noitis, not only is he hold the cultural standards of our world, but he's the main military force. Our army hasn't grown. It's stayed the same number. It's the same men for 1,000 years, constantly training, constantly honing their wits and their senses for battle.
If there is any army, large or small, I would hope that he would aid us.
Regardless.
He's very, very picky on battles to go in.
Perhaps we could resolve this a bit more quickly. He snaps his fingers, and one
and
of the
the
guards
floor
comes in.
opens and we fall through.
Did you guys ever sit down?
No,
we
I
got
told
up.
him I would
I was
continue
sitting at
standing.
first, but then I noticed something. I'm just like, since we're toasting, I'll get up and drink nonchalantly.
Okay. One of the guards comes in. Fetch Madame Lita. Send her in, please. I feel as if we need to touch base with Lord
Velfor.
Velfor.
All due respect, sir. I feel as if I said too much as it is about my people and our ways. Allow me to talk to him. I may not get too close in a short period of time, but as I said, I was an orphan and the ambassador. Worked very closely with Lord Velfor, and he's very trusted with him.
And you're saying you're what? A friend of the ambassador?
I was technically his foster child. I was taken in by him.
Let me write that on here somewhere. Were you actually, or you're rolling bluff?
No, I was actually. I was just throwing the dice down.
So you were foster child.
Yes.
Is Arminius. This human woman comes in with long, flowing red hair.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful. Long black robes with red trim.
I'm unmoved.
And she actually, she's wheeling in this little cart that actually has a little bowl on it. And she comes up to you and Atreyu walks up to it. Please, please, come.
What? I don't understand.
She pretty much wheeled in like a small cart that has a bowl on it that's filled with water. And he wants you to come stand next to the cart with him.
I'll roll Arcana on the bowl of water.
Is it like mystical water?
We're all about. I'm going to tell you right now.
Alright, I'll roll a con as well. I'm also trained in it as well.
Whoa. Well, that was a 17. Fuck.
This is good. 5, you know.
It's a 28
20.
total.
28.
And I'm
And
trained in it too.
Okay. The magical, the water itself appears to be slightly magical, as if a very mirror-like essence is in it. You can gather that it almost acts as a portal when it's activated, and it would take a certain magical essence to activate it. Since you both walked up to it to identify it, as you get closer to it, she actually waves her hand over it, and you see it start to glimmer and sparkle. And eventually you could see almost like a bird's eye view of Lord Velfor. Yes, perfect. Lord Velfor. And it appears that he's sitting at a desk and it looks as if he's writing something and referencing another book and then writing something.
He has aged well.
I guess when you saw him he was very young, so... Hey, he's alive. Come on.
Yeah.
2,000 years.
Give the guy some credit.
With still black hair, He looks middle-aged and an old man.
Somehow he kept it together. I would like for you to speak with Velfor. I would like for you to see if he will aid in our cause. It is
Now.
very important. Yes.
This is a communication device.
Yes, it is.
Allow me to speak with him.
So I shall. And then he steps back, and Madame Lita steps back, and it's just the bowl, and you see it kind of like as if a camera moving, or as an eye moving, and then you see Velfor notice it. Armidius?
Yes, my
Is
lord.
that you, boy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I never would have thought you would have come across such a skillful magic.
I couldn't do it alone. I'm with the aid of Atreyu.
Atreyu. The man who's reformed the City of Looming Shadow.
Correct. And may I just say, you wouldn't even recognize the city how it used to be.
That is truly a great thing.
It's organized. He's unified it. It's no longer senseless violence and murder as it used to be.
Still lacking nature and beauty, filled with rubble and stone.
There's still remnants of that, but it's being cleaned up slowly but surely.
To what do I owe this?
Lord Atreyu wanted me to talk to you to aid in his cause, but I was telling him of our people and how we choose to be neutral, and the ways of our people is to embrace the beauty and to stay neutral with the causes of new beings as themselves.
What cause is he looking for help?
To stop the Fang.
Stop the Fang. I have sensed a disturbance in nature.
I feel we all have.
I don't even know if telepathy will work through this thing.
It's not really telepathy, it's kind of like dimensional.
Oh, actually, yeah,
I'm
you won't be able to talk to him.
I
Yeah.
can't? Great.
No.
Cool. No, actually, that's okay. I'm fine with that. I was going to let Armidius do most of the talking.
It's a two-front war that he has. His main goal is to unify everyone to face the Fang and stop Lucian somehow. And his personal gain is to take down Valens.
Valens? Why would Atreyu go after Valens?
Different in opinions, I guess.
Well, I could assure you I would not stake the lives of my people on one man's quest for glory.
I said the same thing.
The Fang... Well... That seems as if it's a problem that will affect us all. I'm not willing to help against Valens, but I will certainly help against an unnatural disturbance from the north.
My lord, I am on my way back to Anotis. When I head home, may we talk in private about this matter?
Of course, Armidius.
What?
You will always have my ear.
I appreciate that, sir. What would you want me... What message would you like me to relay to Atreyu?
Tell Atreyu I am disinterested in his conquest for glory and power. Our people will never bow down to him. We will not help him slay people that have governed over us fairly for the sake of his own power struggle. But we will help protect the world as we know it from evil.
But I also noticed that he has great interest and fascination with the ways of our life as well.
He's welcome to come here. Not for conquest.
He would probably be the first mortal to ever enter.
Likely. There have been a few trailing through. But nonetheless, should he come here with the intent to influence our people to join him, he will find himself removed, or worse. Perhaps you should word that slightly different, being as you are in his capital.
Yes, sir.
Is Atreyu monitoring this conversation, or is he stepped back for privacy?
He stepped back.
Once I have a moment alone with him, I will give him the invitation that you've sent to him personally.
Since I can't
To come alone,
talk,
and any ideas of conquering has no interest to our lord.
Armidius, do be careful.
I have been, sir. Except that one time I got impaled by a troll, sir. Long story.
I'm just glad to see you are well. May the spirit guide you.
And may it guide you as well.
While that conversation was going on, I would just like to inform Atreyu of our assistance with Colonel Edge, that we gave him... I should say, we recognized his ability to lead, and let him continue commanding the group of Wachoco refugees onto what we knew as the City of Looming Shadow.
Yes, Colonel Edge arrived, and I must ask, are either of you from... Was that your residence in Wachoco?
It was not.
We
It
were
was
ju-
merely a stop
we were
on
just
the way
passing
to
by.
the Fang.
Then I am glad that this will not personally offend you. However, Colonel Edge was placed, if you will, in Wachoco in order to gain their influence and eventually their support to join the Blackhawks. Yes. So, needless to say, your influence of allowing him to guide them back safely, which he did, needless to say, gained me much support.
Then we
Notice-
have been allies for longer than we thought.
Indeed. I apologize that it might appear sneaky, but you must understand the Xandar capital is much larger than the Blackhawks currently, and should they desire to, they could wipe us out. We must act swiftly and silently, or I will not succeed. And now I have the city of Wachoco, or the village of Wachoco.
What's left of it. Which is not much.
Can be good used as a good battle zone.
Nonetheless.
Perhaps a base of operations when we choose to invade the Fang.
Oh, well no, the village itself is
Oh, you mean the
not of
people.
importance. The people. The people are what make the power. And with enough people,
As long
This
as they
is
feel
true.
secure under you, and you're willing to do what's right by the people, I'm sure all will be well.
I will govern them wisely.
Your words are wise. One thrall stay on his own is nothing but a flash in the clouds. But the entire civilization of thrall stay on its own made the mightiest thunderbolt that could bring down the largest oak tree. We understand.
Most wise words. And I would like to be that rolling sound that accompanies the bright flash of the Thrall's day.
Then allow us to bring in a new era
Let us do it together.
and put an end to the Fang.
I had an idea, but I can't.
End to surveillance. I will send for you in due time.
Yeah, we talk personally, Treyu.
Surely, of course. We are friends here.
We are.
I just want to interject with, after he said, and Sir Valens, something like, I have yet to personally experience the influence Sir Valens has over this continent. Although, from what I have seen, he could be doing a much, much better job of things.
If you had seen the City of Looming Shadow as I had lived in it and grown in it, you would see that this is a much better course of rule. Sir Valens is a fool.
I believe, from what I have read, that the former state of the nest of the Freehawks was due not to Sir Valens's faulty rule, but of negligence. Perhaps proper channels of communication could be set up, but as we previously discussed, mortals are uncooperative.
And the
Which
civ-
is precisely why Sir Valens must be taken care of immediately.
and the force of Anointis will not help you in your quest to take down Sir Valens, but to stop the Fang, because even our Lord as well has noticed a disturbance, a change in power of the Fang. He will help you with that, but your own personal gain, your own personal vendetta, he will not accompany you with that.
Then Anointis Filet may take the front at the Fang, where my people will take to Xandar. He does not need to betray his morals, and I can still accomplish my goals.
We will continue. I will continue talking more with him to see what his major course of action will be. But for now, he is interested in helping the Fang, depending how the course of time shifts.
And understand this. If the forces emerging from the Fang are not properly dealt with, there will be no Xandar to claim as your own.
And I'm sure he understands that.
If I can claim Xandar, I can unify it immediately. If I can remove Sir Valens from his throne, I will have the entire capital army to stop this.
May I offer a piece of advice? That having army go against army, why not you and Sir Valens meet as men and challenge each other?
Sir Valens is not a combatant.
There is one other thing, and I'll quickly ask
He would not accept a duel.
Hera, because I would have mentioned the Scribe of Time position to Hera, and my plan to infiltrate their government anyway. And I will ask her if she thinks it is wise to bring that plan up. Because if we because if we planned on infiltrating their government, then it may be wise for Atreyu to hold off any kind of assault, or perhaps even feign an alliance.
See, if you were willing, I guess what she would say is, if you're willing to infiltrate the government to kill Sir Valens, then mention it.
I can't, because I have never seen Sir Valens in person. I have not experienced his mode of rule.
She
It
also
could just
mentions
be,
to
as Armidius said, a personal vendetta.
She
He
also
seems a
mentions
bit
to you
more
that-
power hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought from the beginning.
Yeah.
She also mentions to you that this could be a good opportunity for you and her to go do this on your own. And just let him know if Sir Valens isn't killed, that means you failed. You still have the ally of the Black Hawks, while being able to go about what you wish to do.
Then to her I'll say that we should wait until we meet with... what the fuck is his name? Zahn Albaton.
Yes, we
While
need
you
Sir
were
Valens.
trapped under the Fang and I in a box in a tower.
I am
He
not
has
saying
walked
to
this
actually
earth.
go for Sir Valens, where instead we can head for Zahn Albaton.
Wait, I'm confused.
She's pretty much saying, tell him that we will infiltrate the government to
And then
kill
go
Valens
to Zahn.
and go see Zahn.
But isn't it in two different directions?
Yeah, so we
Valens is north and Albaton is south.
Yeah. Well, Halith had a conversation with Hera that only he had, because it was
Okay.
just telepathy. So she had mentioned something to him that she's kind of trying to insinuate to him now. That Armidius wouldn't know about anyway.
It's a really tough decision. And I really think that we should... I'll agree with her that we should talk to Zahn before taking any further definitive physical action.
That
Because
should be the best course
He
of action.
has walked this earth recently. And though he may have hidden his identity as a Thrallstay somehow, he is familiar with this culture.
We will actually go to speak to Zahn now. But we cannot keep everyone with us. And we also cannot lose the ally of Atreyu.
But it seems to me like whether or not we agree with his stance on the government as run by Sir Valens, he is our ally for the time.
I suppose.
If we wait and reveal our plan to infiltrate Sir Valens' government as a bargaining chip, to say if we ever lose his favor, we can use that to bring it back.
I will leave it up to your decision.
I will reopen the conversation with Atreyu. And it's tough. It's like really complicated actually.
You have to be careful
It's
with
real
the decision you make at
political
this
shit,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. This is hard.
We
But-
could
I feel.
join with Atreyu in the presence of Atreyu.
You mean?
Should Valens wipe him out, so be it.
Actually,
We should,
I will
I don't
ask,
think we should have any involvement with Treyu's plan. I say we should just be on our. It's his personal vendetta that he has with Valens. If he takes care of Valens, and if he needs any, after Valens is taken,
He has summoned us here for help.
I will.
I don't know how
about
you
I'll say
intend to
this.
deny his.
I'll
my
say this
help,
to Atreyu.
I will help Atreyu stop the Fang, but any personal vendetta, I do not choose to be involved with.
And you're just saying this to Hera and Halith
Yeah.
for now? Okay.
I'll let Atreyu
It's the
know.
fate of the world that's in stake, but for one man to gain total power because he fears that he can be wiped out by Valens, even though his intentions are good, it's not our place to push in. Even though you two believe in an effective government where everyone works together, there are certain bounds that need to be met. There's certain boundaries that are being broken there.
As my people
That's a good way to put it.
reawaken, and more voices are joined with our own, our collective opinion on our approach with the subject may change. But know that the Thrallstay are already. What's a not sneaky word for planning? Not like conniving. What's nicer?
Strategizing.
Strategizing.
Organizing.
It's still like the rebels are organizing.
Strategizing.
We are altering our strategy as information is revealed unto us. We had several options considered for Sir Valens and his acting government, although we will take your offers into consideration. And then I'll ask, do you have any means of long-distance communication, such as this bowl, but perhaps one that would work with telepathy, or even long-distance communication like birds, or something that could transmit back and forth, so that we may stay in touch during our travels?
Yes. I have birds. I have
Owls?
Black Hawks. I have
Yeah!
hawks. Carrier hawks.
That took too much work to think of. Then we shall stay in touch.
I will
As
give each of you a hawk.
we each get a hawk, everybody gets a hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would like to have a little three-way conversation between Hera and Stoney. I feel as if our main course of action is just to continue what we're doing, as we were doing. The four of us, including the Bugbear, going to see Zahn. By Bugbear, I mean Oogie.
Well, our plan was to go see Zahn anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just
So-
keep it that way for now. Let's not have any involvement with Valens till we know more so far, because things are bound
Then I
to
agree.
open up.
The proper course of action for our people is to collect information.
Correct.
We are new to this era, and although we may have thousands of years of experience in the rational collective voice of thousands behind us,
even
we
though
are still lacking much information.
the city's changed, I still have the sense that even when you're in these walls, always be cautious.
I agree.
I have a contact. Oh, actually, sorry. You guys didn't tell him you're going to see Zahn. Never mind.
Nope.
Sorry.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah. Is there any other...
My immediate priority is to remove Sir Valens, which is really partially why I had summoned you here to begin with. Your power is obviously something that I need direct attention with to handle the situation at the Fang. I was hoping you would also be willing to assist me in unifying the country, the continent.
That is
Armidius-
the ultimate goal of the Thrallstay.
Armidius, I appreciate you speaking with Lord Valfor. And I do appreciate his response to come and help us in our time of need.
And may I just continue? I would like to have a word with you in private about what Lord Valfor had. If you'd like to talk with me after our meeting.
Yes, surely. Well, the only other thing that I wanted to ask, aside from that, is do you support my anti-surveillance campaign? Will you support it?
I will support you with your fight against the Fang. But against surveillance, Treyu, you are a wise man, but that is your battle.
It is all of our battle.
Surveillance is your battle. Our battle is Fang, and I will join you to the end of the earth to fight the Fang.
So be it.
As
the edge of the earth is where surveillance touch ends, whereas the Fang has only begun to clasp over the continent. You wish to fight the lesser evil first, you will surely not succeed.
my first exposure with modern day culture was of learning of the City of Looming Shadow and its many trials, its destructive community, its broken infrastructure. And I have been proven wrong. Of what little I know of surveillance and his rule, I hope you understand when I say that we must collect more information on our own. And you have... how do I want to say this? You are... Since our entrance to the city, you have proven yourself a very capable man, and I do believe that what you say of his rule will prove itself to be true. However, we must observe it for ourselves first.
I can understand how your people must view it. I can understand how the voices, or as people are arisen, the good of the majority must outweigh the needs of the few. My people, as well as the other people of Xandar, do have the need to remove surveillance, and we will achieve it. You can understand my frustration at the fact that you are not willing to volley behind this cause. I appreciate you coming.
May we, sir?
Yes.
Let us talk. In the words of Lord Valfor himself, he too...
Did you want this to be private? Are you shooting us out?
Oh yeah, you two are... Yeah, it's
Okay.
just between me and
Okay.
him.
Madame Lita also leaves along with Hera.
Yes.
Lida? Because I couldn't remember her name. Madame Lida?
Lita.
Lord Valfor is intrigued with what you have done to the City of Looming Shadows, and he is pleased with how things are turning out, and he would like to invite you to Anoitis, not as to forget your needs of conquering for that time of Valens, just to see the beauty that we have in store and meet with him, if you'd like to. And he as well would prefer to just help with the Fang and help you in the fight for Fang.
That is very, very ideal. I appreciate his support. I need it. We do need the help at the Fang. For right now, I can't go to Anoitis Fillet. I must deal first with surveillance and then the Fang, and perhaps after that, I can go visit with Lord Valfor.
And only you alone, he said. He would like to... No, it was empty. It's just the way he is. He prefers meeting world leaders face to face.
He is welcome to come here as well. My city will greet him with open arms.
Yeah, there's manners that keep him there currently.
It's a problem of world leaders. We're
Yeah.
tied to one small part of the world we lead. Armidius, thank you very much for coming. I do wish we had more favorable a bond, but I do appreciate the help of Anoitis Fillet.
As time goes on, an alliance is going to come between us again, I can see.
I do hope so. The alternative is most unfavorable.
Time will tell what happens. For now, my bow will not help you fight, Rollins.
Okay. I'm guessing you guys are going back to the inn to stay the night?
Yeah, we're gonna check on Oogie to see if he didn't get raped or not.
No, I won't say anything yet. No, I definitely shouldn't say something yet.
Let's check
Because
on
anything could
Oogie.
still happen. We're still in this city.
Wait, are you doing anything else? I was actually going to be stopping soon.
Oh. No, I didn't have any particular plans. I didn't have any shops I wanted to visit.
Okay.
And since we didn't exactly agree to his plan with Sir Valens, I figured he would not agree to give us any weaponry, armor, items, etc. So I didn't even bother asking.
When you guys get back to the tavern, Paldus is still down there. He's serving drinks left and right. And there are actually very elaborate floral displays that are thrown about all over the place. There's a bunch of people dancing and having a great time. And you can actually see that there is a wedding arch that appears to already be, like, toppled over.
Oh god. Oh god.
Ah, you guys missed the celebration.
Oh shit.
What celebration is this that you speak of?
Oh, your friend married that dragonborn woman.
Ugrim is wed.
Ugrim, yes. Although he did appear quite lazy.
She did a good job breaking the arrows.
Yes, so now, I don't know Oogie's last name, but Lola is now Miss Ugrim.
Oh shit.
Yes. It was indeed a celebration to be rivaled by that of others. Although Ugrim was quite lazy the whole time, she carried him around and danced about with him. He barely picked his head off her shoulder.
He
In
weighs,
my time,
he weighs
the
more than 500 pounds.
dragonborn women were considered fine, strong, and hard-working wives.
Oh, she is quite wonderful, though a bit controlling. She was glued to him the whole time. Nonetheless, great celebration. They're up in the honeymoon suite as we speak.
I need to go collect my money now. He's not free.
See, that's how you take care of a player who's not around.
I even locked the doors too. Like I thought,
You botched.
but it was still like it was still
You
like a
felt
12.
like it was secure.
You locked
Doesn't
it,
mean it
wink
was.
wink. And then you shoved stuff in there so nobody could pick it, and it actually broke the lock. So all she had to do was push it open. Are you guys going up to the honeymoon suite?
Sure, we gotta check on our buddy. Actually, no, I will telepathically communicate with him first and see if he responds.
No,
Ogrim, I have heard of the news.
He does not respond.
he's still out cold. He still has a huge gash on his head
Must be celebrating.
from Antonio and Maria. What was his other guy's name?
Marcus.
Marcus? I thought it was Marvin.
It's too bad I am not a mind reader. I could just open a channel with... What's her name?
Lola?
Lola?
Lola.
Hello.
Although I have a feeling like whatever she's thinking of,
Is he?
I probably don't want to hear.
Wait, is
You know.
Wait, yeah, Lola?
Lola, that's just her name.
Like the song.
oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
When you guys go up to the honeyroom suite door,
Oh,
there
yes.
is, what's that thing that's on the bride's leg? Girdle?
Yeah,
Not a
girdle.
girdle. Is it a girdle?
I think so.
The girdle is on the doorknob, along with a sign that says "Do not disturb."
Alright, I'm gonna disturb.
Okay. And we will stop right there for the night.
Nice.
Concluding Season 5, Episode 5,
I don't know what to tell
Enter-
Rich.
Enter the Black Hawks.
Let's not tell Rich anything.
Yeah.
There was some that you found God.
We just dumped you in an inn. We
You
came
guys-
back.
dude,
you were
like,
still there, so
You
it's
were
all
like
good.
worshipped as a god. Like they gave you.
I bought a
wife?
round of drinks on your
Yeah.
bed.
they gave you like a bunch of weapons too. You got 2 new axes. So I should have gave the
It would
guards
have
an
tightened
axe.
up if you sold his weapon too.
What's up?
If you would have sold his axe as well.
What?
I mean, that would be taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
That would be fucking funny.
I was really concerned, dude. Like I was gonna do.